The cool, smooth silk shifts beneath your arm as you slowly extend a hand, tracing the delicate, almost imperceptible weave of the fabric. The filtered city light, a soft, diffused glow, now reveals more of the expansive room around you, painting the high ceilings in muted, sophisticated tones. You feel the subtle, increasing warmth of the rising sun against your skin, a gentle, unhurried invitation to stir further. You shift, turning slightly onto your side, allowing your gaze to drift across the polished expanse of the floor. It is not the cool, reflective marble you might expect, but a rich, dark timber, meticulously polished to a deep, lustrous sheen that catches and disperses the ambient light, like still, dark water. Each grain in the wood tells a silent story, a subtle testament to its age and the careful preservation it has received. Your eyes follow the long, elegant lines of the floorboards, leading towards the tall, unobtrusive windows, where the distant, constant hum of the city remains a soft, almost melodic backdrop, never intrusive, merely a suggestion of the world beyond. A deep, calming breath fills your lungs completely, and you slowly, deliberately exhale, feeling the last, lingering vestiges of sleep gently, peacefully recede. You become aware of the subtle, clean scent of the room, a faint, almost ethereal aroma, perhaps a blend of freshly laundered linen and the warm, dry fragrance of polished wood, with a whisper of something verdant and alive from the private terrace just beyond the glass. It is a scent of quiet, understated luxury, meticulously curated, designed to soothe rather than overwhelm. Your fingers, still resting lightly on the silk, now begin a slow, almost unconscious exploration of the sheet's precisely tailored edge, feeling the minute, even stitching, that speaks of expert craftsmanship. The quality is evident in every detail, a quiet declaration of excellence that speaks without words. You lift your head just slightly, the plush, perfectly weighted pillow offering soft, resilient support as you observe the delicate play of light on a nearby object. A small, exquisitely handcrafted ceramic vase, perhaps from a distant, sun-drenched shore, catches the light, its surface, a study in understated, tactile texture, a soft, matte finish. Its form is simple, elegant, holding a single, perfectly formed white orchid, its petals unfurling with an almost imperceptible, quiet grace. You remain perfectly still for a long moment, simply observing the orchid, its delicate structure, the subtle curve of its stem, the pristine white of its petals. It holds your attention without demanding it, a point of serene focus. The air in the room is still, undisturbed, a gentle current of peace that seems to settle around you. You let your thoughts settle, like the finest dust motes suspended in the sunbeams, dissolving effortlessly into the quiet, enveloping atmosphere. The world outside, with its distant muted sounds, feels reassuringly far away, completely irrelevant to this tranquil private space you inhabit. Your breath deepens further, a quiet, steady rhythm beginning to establish itself, a counterpoint to the soft, even beat of your own heart. You feel the gentle warmth growing on the side of your face, a tender kiss from the morning sun, inviting you deeper into the quiet unfolding of the day. The gentle warmth of the morning sun, which had been a tender kiss on your face, now coaxes you to rise from the soft comfort of the silk sheets. You swing your legs slowly over the side of the bed, feeling the cool, polished timber floor beneath your bare feet, a distinct contrast to the silk from which you just emerged. You allow yourself a moment, standing there, eyes still adjusting to the brighter light that now streams more directly through the tall windows, hinting at the clear morning beyond. With unhurried movements, you step towards the open doors leading to the private terrace. The air immediately feels different here. Crisper, carrying a faint, invigorating coolness that gently brushes against your skin. A refreshing departure from the still air of the bedroom. The distant, continuous hum of the city, previously a soft murmur, now gains a subtle, broader presence. A diffused symphony of life stirring, yet remaining perfectly unobtrusive. You step fully onto the smooth, cool stone tiles of the terrace, the change in texture beneath your feet, a quiet acknowledgement of a new space. Before you, a small, elegant table is already set, anticipating your arrival with quiet precision. A crisp, immaculately pressed linen cloth, the color of fresh cream, drapes perfectly over the table, its folds soft and inviting. The fine porcelain, delicate and translucent, gleams softly in the growing light, each piece positioned with thoughtful care. Polished silver cutlery, cool and smooth to the touch, rests beside a pristine white napkin folded with architectural grace. No one is present, yet the meticulous arrangement speaks volumes of a silent, attentive service, anticipating every need before it is even considered. Your gaze drifts over the offerings. A small, handcrafted ceramic jug holds freshly squeezed orange juice, its surface cool and dewy with condensation. Beside it, a delicate glass carafe of still, clear water reflects the morning sky. A small, silver-domed cloche covers what promises to be warm, freshly baked pastries, their unseen aroma already subtly hinting at buttery richness. You reach for the juice jug, feeling its cool weight in your hand, and slowly, deliberately, pour a stream of vibrant golden liquid into a slender crystal glass. The gentle, almost imperceptible gurgle of the liquid is the only sound, a soft, private melody. You lift the glass, feeling its delicate coolness against your fingertips, and bring it to your lips. The first sip is cool, bright, and exquisitely fresh, the natural sweetness of sun-ripened oranges, a pure, clean taste that awakens the palate with gentle clarity. You close your eyes for a brief moment, savoring the sensation, allowing the coolness to spread. Setting the glass down, you reach for the silver cloche, lifting it with a barely audible whisper of metal on metal. The warm, inviting scent of flaky croissants and a pain au chocolat rises to meet you, a comforting, buttery fragrance that promises simple indulgence. You select a croissant, its golden brown crust delicately crisp, and break off a small piece. The outer layer crackles softly between your fingers, revealing the soft, airy interior. You bring it to your lips, the warmth and subtle sweetness a perfect counterpoint to the fresh juice. The texture is light, yielding, dissolving gently on your tongue. The distant city hums on, a constant, comforting presence. As you sit, utterly present, absorbing the quiet luxury of this moment, you take another slow, deliberate sip of the juice. The cool liquid, a soft, refreshing finish, allowing the gentle warmth of the sun to settle on your shoulders. The world feels perfectly balanced, perfectly still around you, leaving the bright, open air of the terrace behind. You step into the hushed, cooler atmosphere of your personal art gallery, where the afternoon light is carefully curated, never direct. The soft click of the heavy, sound-dampening door closing behind you seals away the city's distant murmur, enveloping you in a profound quietness. The air here carries a distinct, subtle coolness, a carefully maintained environment designed to protect the treasures within. Your footsteps, now muffled by the plush, dark wool carpeting, become almost silent as you move deeper into the space. Overhead, A series of precisely angled spotlights cast a gentle, even illumination, revealing the rich textures of the walls, painted in a deep, sophisticated shade of gray that allows the art to truly emerge. You pause, allowing your eyes to adjust fully to this nuanced light, a stark contrast to the brilliant morning sun you experienced on the terrace. The high ceilings draw your gaze upwards, creating a sense of calm grandeur, while the absence of windows on the main walls ensures an unbroken expanse for viewing. A faint, almost imperceptible scent of aged paper and fine pigments, a quiet whisper of history, hangs in the air, grounding you in the present moment yet connecting you to the past. The space feels intentionally tranquil, a sanctuary built for contemplation, where time itself seems to slow its ceaseless march, inviting a deeper, unhurried engagement. Your attention is drawn to a large canvas positioned centrally on one wall. You approach it slowly, your pace unhurried, each step a deliberate movement within the quiet space. As you draw nearer, the subtle details of the brushstrokes begin to reveal themselves, emerging from the carefully balanced light. The frame, a simple yet elegant dark wood, is almost imperceptible, allowing the artwork itself to command your full, undivided focus. You stop a comfortable distance away, allowing the full composition to unfold before your eyes, a private viewing, just for you. The painting is an abstract landscape, perhaps a memory, or an imagined vista, rendered in deep, earthy tones. You notice the thick impasto in certain areas, where the paint stands proud from the canvas, inviting a tactile sense of texture, even from a distance. Your eyes follow the gentle, sweeping curves of a suggested horizon, then drift to the subtle, almost translucent layers of color in the sky, where hues of muted ochre blend seamlessly into soft, hazy blues. There is a quiet energy within the stillness of the work, a sense of deep contemplation captured on the surface. You trace the imagined lines with your gaze, allowing your mind to wander gently within the boundaries of the canvas, finding new details in the interplay of light and shadow, the subtle variations in pigment. Each brushstroke feels deliberate, a whisper from the artist's hand, inviting you to simply be present with the image. You stand there for a long, unmeasured moment, simply absorbing the presence of the painting, allowing its quiet energy to settle over you. The air remains cool, clean, a perfect companion to the serene act of observation. There is no rush, no external demand on your attention, only the gentle invitation of the art. You might subtly shift your weight, a small, almost imperceptible adjustment, or simply allow your gaze to soften, taking in the entire room again, as a frame for this singular piece. The distant hum of the city is entirely forgotten here, replaced by the profound silence of thoughtful appreciation. Your breathing evens out, slow and steady, matching the quiet rhythm of the room. The painting holds its silent vigil, a world contained within its frame. You feel a deep, settling calm begin to spread, a quiet contentment in this private moment. The afternoon stretches out, unhurried, with other quiet wonders waiting patiently for your gaze. Leaving the abstract landscape painting, you turn slowly, allowing your gaze to drift across the hushed expanse of the gallery. The plush, dark wool carpeting continues to absorb your footsteps, ensuring each movement is a quiet, almost imperceptible glide across the floor. The carefully directed spotlights, which illuminated the canvas with such precision, now guide your attention towards a different form of artistic expression, a shift in medium from 2 dimensions to 3. The air remains cool, a consistent, protective embrace around the valuable pieces, carrying that faint, clean scent of fine materials and quiet preservation. You walk with a measured, unhurried pace, feeling the soft resilience of the carpet beneath your shoes, a comforting rhythm in the profound silence. Your steps bring you to a more open section of the gallery, where the space is intentionally designed to allow sculptures to breathe, to be viewed from every angle. Here, the wall color might subtly shift, perhaps a slightly lighter shade that still recedes, allowing the forms to stand out in sharp relief. A central pedestal, crafted from solid, dark wood with a matte finish, draws your eye. Upon it rests a new acquisition, a sculpture that speaks of both strength and delicate balance. You approach it slowly, circling the pedestal once, observing its contours before settling into a fixed position. The sculpture is cast in bronze, but not with a conventional, gleaming finish. Instead, it possesses a deep, almost velvety patina, a rich, dark brown that absorbs and reflects the light in nuanced ways. Its surface is not entirely smooth. You can discern the subtle marks of the artist's hand, the minute textures left by the casting process, giving it an organic, lived-in quality. It depicts an elegant, elongated form, abstract yet suggestive of a human figure in a moment of quiet repose, perhaps stretching or reaching. The lines are fluid, continuous, inviting your eye to follow their graceful trajectory from the solid base up towards the highest point, where the bronze tapers into a delicate, almost ethereal curve. You extend a hand, not quite touching, but hovering inches from its surface, feeling the cool, still presence of the metal. The air around it feels subtly different, charged with the silent energy of its creation. You slowly walk around it again, allowing the light from the spotlights to play across its form, revealing new shadows and highlights with each subtle shift of your perspective. From one angle, it appears poised, almost weightless. From another, it reveals a grounded, powerful core. The light catches a faint, almost imperceptible gleam in the depths of the bronze, a hint of the warmth within the cool metal. You notice how the negative space around the sculpture is as important as its solid form, shaping the air, defining its presence in the room. You pause, stepping back slightly, allowing the sculpture to command the space, to speak its silent language. The afternoon light, softening now outside the gallery's carefully controlled environment, does not intrude here, leaving the internal illumination to define every curve and plane. You consider its eventual permanent placement, imagining how it would interact with the ambient light of a different room, a different wall. For now, it rests here, a quiet, powerful presence, inviting you to simply be still with its form, to appreciate the mastery of its creation. The profound quietness of the gallery settles around you once more, a gentle, enveloping blanket, as you let your gaze soften, allowing the sculpture's intricate simplicity to deepen your sense of calm. The afternoon continues to unfold with graceful, unhurried precision. Leaving the cool, hushed quiet of the gallery behind, you step through a discreet doorway that leads you into a sun-warmed hallway. A subtle shift in temperature against your skin. The subdued, controlled lighting of the art space gives way to a softer, more natural glow filtering through tall, arched windows, signaling the gentle approach of late afternoon. You move with an unhurried grace, the plush carpeting now replaced by the cool, smooth touch of polished stone beneath your shoes, a familiar transition as you pass from one refined space to another. The faint, clean scent of the gallery recedes, replaced by a subtle, earthy fragrance carried on a gentle breeze. As you emerge into the open air, the golden light of the setting sun immediately bathes the landscape in a warm, honeyed hue, a breathtaking contrast to the precise illumination of the interiors. A waiting vehicle, sleek and dark, stands silently, its polished surface reflecting the rich, burnished tones of the sky. The door opens with a soft, almost inaudible click, inviting you into its cool, leather-scented interior. You settle into the supple, ergonomic seat, feeling the soft give of the fine upholstery beneath you, a sensation of quiet comfort. The door closes with a gentle, reassuring thud, sealing you within a cocoon of refined quietness. The engine awakens with a low, distant thrum, a barely perceptible vibration that resonates through the frame of the car, a gentle pulse rather than a roar. The vehicle begins to move, slowly, smoothly, along a winding path, the faint, crisp crunch of gravel beneath the tires. A rhythmic, soothing sound that accompanies your journey. You turn your head, allowing your gaze to sweep across the expansive vineyard that stretches out before you, row upon meticulously cultivated row, disappearing into the soft haze of the horizon. The late afternoon light, now a deep luminous gold, transforms each leaf, each cluster of ripening grapes, into a miniature jewel, catching the sun in 1,000 sparkling facets. You lean back slightly, allowing the gentle, almost imperceptible sway of the vehicle to lull you further into a state of tranquil observation. The air, faintly sweet with the promise of harvest, carries the subtle, complex scent of ripening fruit, warm earth, and the dry, aromatic fragrance of sun-baked vine leaves. Your eyes trace the disciplined lines of the grapevines, each one trained perfectly, a testament to centuries of careful cultivation. You notice the delicate tendrils curling and reaching, and the robust, gnarled trunks that speak of enduring strength. The leaves, a deep, verdant green, are now edged with hints of gold and russet where the sun catches them, creating a living, breathing canvas of changing color. A small dust cloud might rise gently behind the car, momentarily catching the light in a swirling ethereal dance, before settling back into the rich, dark soil. You watch as individual grapes, plump and heavy, hang in tight clusters, their skins taut and translucent, hinting at the rich, concentrated sweetness within. The quiet, consistent hum of the engine, the soft crunch of gravel, and the gentle breeze whispering through the leaves create a harmonious, natural symphony, an enveloping soundscape that deepens your sense of peace. You breathe in the pure, clean air, feeling the warmth of the fading sun on your face through the expansive window, a comforting embrace. The world outside feels vast yet intimate, a living, breathing masterpiece unfolding before your eyes. The rows of vines continue to stretch, a timeless pattern of growth and quiet beauty, as the golden light softens further, promising a serene transition into evening. Stepping out of the vehicle, the lingering warmth of the golden hour sun still touched your skin, but already a profound coolness emanated from the ancient stone entrance of the cellar. The gentle crunch of gravel underfoot gave way to the solid, unyielding feel of worn flagstones, leading you towards a heavy, arched wooden door. You reach out, feeling the cool, textured grain of the aged timber, and push gently, allowing it to swing open with a soft, resonant creak that echoes briefly in the sudden quiet. The air inside is immediately different, a distinct, refreshing coolness that wraps around you, a welcome respite from the fading warmth of the vineyard. A deep, earthy scent, rich with the aroma of damp stone, old wood, and the subtle, intoxicating perfume of aged wine fills your senses, a signature fragrance unique to this place. Your footsteps, now amplified by the enclosed space, fall with a soft, deliberate rhythm on the uneven stone floor, each sound reverberating gently before fading into the profound silence. The light here is dim, diffused, cast by strategically placed, low-wattage bulbs that illuminate only what is necessary, creating long, dancing shadows that play across the vaulted ceiling. You move slowly, allowing your eyes to adjust to the soft gloom, taking in the long, orderly rows of oak barrels, stacked with a silent, imposing dignity. Their smooth, dark surfaces glisten faintly in the dim light, each barrel a vessel of patience and transformation. Beyond them, in meticulously organized niches carved into the stone, lie countless bottles, each one resting horizontally, slumbering under a fine, undisturbed layer of dust. The labels, barely discernible in the low light, hint at vintages spanning decades, centuries even, a quiet library of time contained within glass and cork. A faint, almost imperceptible drip of water from a distant, unseen source adds a soft, irregular rhythm to the profound stillness, a gentle, natural counterpoint. Your path leads you to a sturdy, rough-hewn wooden table, its surface smooth from years of use, situated in a small, alcove-like space. Upon it, a selection of gleaming crystal glasses stands ready, their delicate rims catching the faint light. Beside them, an antique silver corkscrew rests, cool and substantial to the touch, alongside a simple, elegant decanter. The arrangement is one of quiet anticipation, a ritual prepared with reverence. You approach the table, feeling the cool, solid weight of the wood beneath your fingertips, a grounding sensation in the cool air. With careful, unhurried movements, you select a bottle, its glass cool and heavy in your hand, its label a quiet testament to a specific year, a specific harvest. You feel the rough texture of the cork as the screw gently pierces it, a soft, almost imperceptible whisper of friction. The cork yields with a low, satisfying pop, a sound that seems to hang in the air for a moment before dissipating into the cellar's vast quiet. You lift the bottle, tilting it slowly, allowing the deep, ruby-red liquid to pour in a steady, controlled stream into the waiting crystal glass. The wine makes a soft, almost melodic gurgle as it fills the glass, its color appearing rich and luminous in the dim light, catching faint reflections. You swirl the glass gently, watching the wine cling to the sides, forming delicate legs that slowly, gracefully descend. You bring the glass closer, inhaling deeply, allowing the complex bouquet to unfurl, hints of dark fruit, old leather, damp earth, and a whisper of something floral, all woven together in a subtle, harmonious blend. The aroma is deep, grounding, a story told in fragrance. You take a small, deliberate sip, allowing the liquid to coat your palate, feeling its smooth, velvety texture. The taste unfolds slowly, a rich tapestry of nuanced flavors that linger, warm and complex, on your tongue, a profound echo of the earth and the passage of time. Stepping from the cool stone depths of the cellar, you emerge into the soft golden light of late afternoon, feeling the immediate embrace of a warm, gentle sea breeze carrying the distinct, soothing scent of lavender. The transition is profound, a shift from ancient, earthy coolness to sun-kissed air and the expansive, open sky. Your path, once flagged stone, now becomes a soft, finely raked sand pathway, bordered by low, fragrant shrubs, their leaves brushing gently against your ankles as you walk. Each step feels light, unburdened, the fine grains yielding slightly beneath your feet with a soft, almost imperceptible whisper. The distant rhythmic sound of waves, a constant presence, grows subtly clearer with each step you take towards the secluded island spa pavilion. The structure itself appears, a vision of understated elegance, crafted from pale, weathered timber and natural stone, blending seamlessly with the coastal landscape. Its open-air design invites the elements inward, blurring the lines between shelter and nature. The golden light of the late afternoon bathes the pavilion in a warm, ethereal glow, highlighting the natural textures of the wood and stone, making them appear soft and inviting. A faint, almost melodic rustle of sheer off-white linen curtains, caught by the persistent breeze, dances gently at the entrance, beckoning you closer. You approach the pavilion, stepping onto a wide, smooth wooden deck, the timber warm and soft beneath your bare feet. The surface feels meticulously cared for, free of any roughness, a testament to thoughtful maintenance. The aroma of lavender, previously carried on the breeze, intensifies here, mingling with the clean, saline scent of the ocean, creating a deeply calming and restorative atmosphere. It is a natural fragrance, not overwhelming, but a gentle, consistent presence that soothes your senses. The sound of the waves, a continuous, undulating rhythm, now feels closer, more intimate, a vast, natural pulse that harmonizes with your own breathing. You pause at the threshold, allowing the gentle breeze to caress your skin, feeling the subtle shift in air pressure as it moves around you. Inside, the pavilion is a sanctuary of quiet luxury. The sheer linen curtains, soft and translucent, billow inwards slightly, then settle, creating a sense of serene movement without distraction. They filter the golden light even further, diffusing it into a soft, ambient glow that softens every edge, every surface. Your gaze sweeps across the simple yet exquisite furnishings. A wide, low daybed, draped in organic cotton, its surface promising profound comfort, and several carefully placed, low-slung wooden tables. Every object seems to have been chosen for its natural beauty and its ability to promote tranquility. The air here is noticeably stiller, though the constant, gentle flow of the sea breeze ensures it feels fresh and alive. You move towards the daybed, your feet silent on the smooth wood. The cotton fabric, a natural unbleached shade, feels cool and smooth to the touch as you run your hand over its surface. A small, handcrafted ceramic cup, filled with a warm, fragrant herbal tea, sits on a nearby table. You pick it up, feeling the gentle warmth radiating through the unglazed ceramic, its texture subtly earthy against your fingertips. The steam rising from the tea carries a delicate, floral aroma, perhaps chamomile or jasmine, which blends effortlessly with the omnipresent lavender and sea salt. You take a slow, deliberate sip, the warm liquid, a soothing, almost sweet sensation as it passes over your tongue, bringing a gentle warmth to your core. You settle onto the daybed, the soft cotton yielding gently beneath your weight, allowing your body to sink into its plush comfort. The distant continuous murmur of the waves, a rhythmic sigh, fills the space, a natural lullaby. As you settle deeper onto the plush daybed in the secluded spa pavilion, the lingering warmth from the herbal tea still a gentle comfort within you, a subtle shift in the air signals a new phase of tranquility. The soft, billowy linen curtains continue their slow, rhythmic dance in the sea breeze, and the distant murmur of the waves remains a constant, soothing presence. A gentle, almost imperceptible touch guides you, and you intuitively shift, allowing your body to relax completely onto a specially prepared surface, perhaps a massage table, still draped in the same soft, organic cotton. The air around you, infused with the natural scents of lavender and the ocean, now gains another layer, a warm, subtle fragrance of essential oils, perhaps sandalwood, or a hint of rose, carefully warmed to perfection. A light, warm oil is gently applied to your skin, spreading slowly, smoothly, with an almost tender touch. You feel its silken texture, not heavy or greasy, but a deeply nourishing film that prepares your muscles for what is to come. The initial sensation is one of profound comfort, the warmth of the oil seeping into your skin, a delicate prelude to deeper relaxation. Then, the first touch of a warm stone, smooth and perfectly weighted, rests gently on your lower back. The heat is not intense, but a deep, penetrating warmth emanating from the dark, polished river stone, a warmth that seems to melt away any lingering tension. You feel its quiet, solid presence, a grounding anchor. The stone begins to move, slowly, deliberately, guided by a steady, knowing hand. It glides across your skin, a long, continuous stroke that extends upwards along your spine, then smoothly descends. The pressure is firm yet gentle, perfectly calibrated, a rhythm that mirrors the slow, unhurried pulse of the ocean waves just beyond the pavilion. You feel the exquisite sensation of the stone's smooth, curved surface, warmed to the exact temperature that invites your muscles to release their hold, to soften completely. With each slow, outward stroke, a wave of profound relaxation washes over you, carrying away any stray thoughts, any lingering sense of time. The rhythmic motion is hypnotic, a soft, repetitive caress that invites your mind to drift. Other stones are carefully placed, resting on specific points along your back, perhaps on your shoulders or the base of your neck. Their stationary warmth radiates steadily, a comforting heat that penetrates deep into your tissues, loosening knots you hadn't even realized were there. You are aware of the subtle weight of each stone, a gentle, reassuring pressure that grounds you further into the moment. The air around you remains fresh, carried by the soft breeze, preventing any feeling of being overwhelmed by the warmth. Your breathing has deepened, slowing to a gentle, even rhythm, a quiet inhale and a long, sighing exhale, perfectly in tune with the slow, steady strokes. The rhythmic gliding motion continues, moving to another area, perhaps across your shoulders, then down your arms. You feel the subtle shift in pressure, the way the warm stone molds to the contours of your body, working its quiet magic. Each stroke feels intentional, a mindful exploration of tension and release. You might hear the faint, almost imperceptible sound of the stones being exchanged, a soft, clinking whisper, as a cooler stone is replaced with a freshly warmed one, maintaining that perfect, consistent temperature. The delicate scent of the essential oils, combined with the lavender and sea air, creates an enveloping sensory cocoon, a world of pure, unadulterated calm. You are no longer actively thinking, no longer observing, in a conscious way. Instead, you are simply feeling, experiencing the slow, deliberate unfolding of sensations. The warmth, the pressure, the gentle glide of the stones, all merge into a singular, continuous stream of comfort. The lingering warmth of the massage oil on your skin slowly gives way to the cooler, drier air as you transition from the coastal pavilion, the scent of lavender and sea salt gradually receding. You find yourself walking along a quiet corridor, the smooth, cool touch of polished dark wood beneath your hand as you trace its elegant curve, guiding you toward a familiar, inviting space. The subtle, distant murmur of waves is replaced by a profound, almost reverent hush, broken only by the soft, rhythmic padding of your steps on a thick, oriental rug, each strand yielding slightly with every movement. As a heavy oak door swings inward with a barely audible sigh, you step into the rich, enveloping quiet of your private library, where the afternoon light, now mellow and diffused, slants gently through tall, leaded glass windows. The air here is wonderfully distinct, a deep, comforting fragrance of old leather, fine paper, and polished wood, a scent that speaks of centuries of collected wisdom and quiet contemplation. As your gaze sweeps across the towering bookshelves, their dark, lustrous timber rising towards the high, coffered ceiling, each shelf meticulously filled with volumes of various sizes and ages, a silent, ordered world waiting to be explored. You walk slowly towards a particular section, drawn by the unique, slightly heavier spines of ancient folios. The thick, hand-knotted rug beneath your feet absorbs every sound, creating a tranquil path as you approach the shelf. Your hand reaches out, not with haste, but with a considered, unhurried grace, to a specific volume that has perhaps been recently consulted, or one that simply calls for your attention in this quiet afternoon. The subtle hum of the room's climate control system is so low, it's almost a sensation rather than a sound, ensuring the delicate contents are perfectly preserved, maintaining a consistent, cool dryness. Your fingers brush against the spine of a large folio, feeling the worn, supple texture of its leather binding, perhaps sheepskin or calfskin, softened by the passage of countless hands and years. The gold tooling, though faded in places, still hints at its former grandeur, a delicate pattern traced into the dark surface. You grasp the volume carefully, feeling its unexpected weight, the dense accumulation of ancient paper and sturdy binding. As you draw it slowly from its place on the shelf, a faint, dry whisper of air escapes from between its pages, carrying a whisper of its age, a subtle, almost sweet aroma of dried ink and parchment. You hold it for a moment, appreciating its silent history, its tangible connection to a distant past. You carry the folio to a large, polished mahogany table in the center of the room, its surface gleaming softly under the filtered light. With deliberate care, you lay the volume flat, feeling the subtle resistance of its ancient hinges. As you gently open the heavy covers, a soft, dry rustle fills the quiet space, the sound of thick, hand-laid paper unfolding. The pages, yellowed with time, reveal delicate, hand-scribed script in faded ink, perhaps with an occasional, intricate illumination, a small, vibrant burst of color that has defied the centuries. You trace the faint lines of the text with your gaze, not necessarily reading but admiring the artistry, the patience, the dedication of the long-forgotten scribe. The texture of the paper itself is palpable, slightly rough, almost like fine fabric, a stark contrast to the smooth, modern paper you might encounter elsewhere. After a moment of quiet contemplation, you slowly and carefully close the folio, bringing the covers together with a soft, satisfying sigh of displaced air. The weight of the book feels balanced and substantial in your hands once more. You turn and return it to its designated place on the shelf, sliding it gently back into position alongside its companions. Having carefully returned the ancient folio to its precise position, you allow your hand to linger for a moment on the cool, worn leather of its spine, a quiet farewell to its silent story. The rich, enveloping scent of the library, a grounding blend of old paper, polished wood, and fine leather, remains a comforting presence in the still afternoon air. Your gaze then drifts, with a thoughtful, unhurried grace, towards a different section of the long, dark timber shelves, seeking a specific volume that has recently undergone the meticulous process of restoration. The soft, even light filtering through the leaded glass windows continues to cast a gentle, diffused glow across the room, highlighting the subtle dust motes dancing in the stillness. You move slowly, your footsteps absorbed by the thick, hand-knotted oriental rug, making your approach to this particular manuscript almost entirely silent. It rests on a low, specially designed reading stand, its angle carefully adjusted to minimize strain on the delicate binding. This is not a volume that is simply pulled from a shelf. Its fragility, its renewed life, demands a more considered interaction. As you near it, you notice the subtle shimmer of its newly conserved binding, perhaps a fine, almost translucent vellum, or a meticulously repaired leather, its surface now smooth and even, a testament to skilled hands and patient work. A faint, clean scent, distinct from the deeper aroma of older books, subtly mingles with the library's pervasive fragrance, a whisper of fresh conservation materials, a gentle, almost imperceptible note of beeswax or a delicate adhesive, grounding it in the present while honoring its past. You settle into a comfortable, high-backed leather chair, positioned before the reading stand, the soft, worn leather yielding with a gentle sigh as you sit. Your hands, clean and dry, are brought forward, hovering for a moment above the open pages. The manuscript lies open, revealing a double-page spread of exquisite script, perhaps a medieval herbal or a collection of illuminated poems. The pages themselves, now subtly reinforced and stabilized, possess a delicate crispness, a whisper of resilience that was not there before their restoration. The light from the window catches the faint irregularities in the hand-laid paper or vellum, revealing the subtle texture, the almost imperceptible fibers, giving the surface a living quality. With infinite care, your fingertips, gentle and precise, approach the very edge of the page. You feel the cool, dry surface of the ancient material, now firm yet yielding, resilient yet still delicate. There is no urgency, only a profound respect for the object. You apply the slightest pressure to the corner, just enough to lift it, and begin the slow, deliberate motion of turning the page. The sound is a soft, almost ethereal whisper, a dry, rustling breath that seems to emanate from the very heart of the book itself, a quiet sigh as one page separates from the next. This sound, so subtle, so intimate, fills the profound quietness of the library, a gentle punctuation in the stillness. As the page slowly, gracefully lifts and then descends, settling into its new position, you observe the fresh imagery or text that is now revealed. Perhaps an intricate initial, painted in vibrant, jewel-toned pigments, catches your eye, its colors now clear and luminous after careful cleaning. Or perhaps the script, meticulously penned by a forgotten hand, flows across the page with an elegant, almost musical rhythm, each stroke a testament to focused artistry. You might trace the faint lines of a marginal drawing with your gaze, a small, whimsical creature, or a delicate floral motif, a quiet detail that invites a moment of pure, unhurried appreciation. The air in the library, cool and still, seems to hold its breath with you, honoring this moment of quiet revelation. Leaving the profound quiet of the library, where the scent of aged leather and paper still lingered like a gentle memory, you step through the heavy oak door. The soft, diffused light of the late afternoon has now deepened into the ethereal hues of twilight, casting long, shifting shadows down the polished corridor. The air, no longer dry and still, carries a subtle coolness, a promise of the evening to come. Your footsteps, previously muffled by the thick library rug, now echo softly on the smooth, cool stone of the main hall, a gentle cadence accompanying your transition. As you emerge into the open air, the world has transformed. The sky is a canvas of soft mauves, deep indigos, and streaks of fading rose, a breathtaking display that stretches silently towards the horizon. The air is distinctly cooler now, carrying a clean, invigorating scent of salt and open water, a stark yet welcome contrast to the earthy aromas of the vineyard and the scholarly fragrance of the library. Your path leads you towards the marina, where the subtle creak of ropes against polished wood and the gentle lapping of water against hulls create a soft, rhythmic symphony, a natural soundtrack to the deepening twilight. Your private yacht awaits, a sleek, dark silhouette against the luminous sky, its lines elegant and understated. The polished chrome railings gleam softly, reflecting the last vestiges of light. A single, almost imperceptible gangplank connects the dock to the vessel, its sturdy surface feeling solid and reassuring beneath your feet as you step aboard. The deck, crafted from smooth, warm teak, feels firm and stable, a grounded platform that nonetheless hints at the boundless expanse of the sea. You feel the subtle, almost imperceptible sway of the vessel as it rests in the water, a gentle, anticipatory breath. You move to the stern, finding a comfortable position on a plush, outdoor seating area, the fabric cool and soft beneath your hand. The city lights, now beginning to twinkle on the distant shoreline, appear like scattered jewels, growing more numerous and distinct as the sky darkens further. A soft, almost inaudible thrum begins to resonate through the deck beneath you, a deep, gentle vibration that signals the awakening of the yacht's engines. It is not a harsh sound, but a low, steady pulse, a powerful force held in perfect, quiet control. You feel the subtle, almost imperceptible tension in the mooring lines as they gently release, a quiet sigh from the dock. Then, a barely perceptible shift. The yacht begins to glide, slowly, smoothly, away from the dock, leaving the gentle creak of the marina behind. The water beneath the hull parts with a soft, continuous whisper, a delicate ripple that spreads outwards, catching the last of the twilight's glow. The gentle hum of the engines deepens slightly, becoming a consistent, rhythmic drone, a lullaby of quiet power. You watch the shoreline recede, the twinkling lights growing smaller, more abstract, as the vast expanse of the open sea slowly unfolds before you, dark and inviting. The air grows steadily cooler, carrying the pure, unadulterated scent of the ocean, clean and boundless. The gentle rocking motion of the yacht becomes more pronounced, a soft, cradling sway that seems to harmonize with your breathing. You feel completely enveloped by the quiet majesty of the sea, the soft hum of the vessel, a constant, comforting companion. The last vestiges of twilight paint the distant horizon in a deep, smudged indigo, transitioning seamlessly into the velvet blackness overhead, where the first faint stars begin to emerge. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the cool, fresh air caress your face, feeling the rhythmic, unhurried movement of the yacht, carrying you further into the serene embrace of the night. The world expands, yet your sense of self contracts, settling into a profound and peaceful quiet, as the last vestiges of twilight faded completely, giving way to the profound velvet blackness of the open sea night. The gentle sway of the yacht became a more familiar, cradling motion. The distant city lights, now reduced to a faint, shimmering line on the far horizon, were merely a memory, leaving you enveloped in an immense, unblemished darkness. The cool, fresh sea air, carrying the crisp, clean scent of the boundless ocean, brushed gently against your skin, invigorating yet soothing. You remained on the polished teak deck, the smooth, warm wood, a grounding presence beneath your feet, feeling the subtle, continuous vibration of the yacht's engines, a low, rhythmic hum that resonated deep within the vessel. You adjust your position slightly, leaning back into the plush, outdoor lounge cushion, allowing your body to fully surrender to the yacht's soft, rhythmic undulation. Your gaze lifts slowly, deliberately, towards the sky above, now a breathtaking expanse of deepest indigo, almost black, pierced by an astonishing, uncountable multitude of stars. Without the interference of any artificial light, each star appears with an almost impossible clarity, a tiny, perfect diamond scattered across the vast, silent canvas. You feel a profound sense of scale, a quiet wonder at the sheer immensity unfolding above you, while the gentle rocking motion of the yacht cradles you in this intimate moment. The soft lapping of water against the hull, a consistent, hushed whisper, adds another layer to the enveloping quiet. Your eyes begin to trace patterns among the pinpricks of light, searching for familiar shapes, the ancient stories told by constellations. You might first notice the distinct, luminous belt of Orion, its 3 bright stars perfectly aligned, gleaming with a steady, unwavering brilliance. Then, your gaze drifts to the faint, ethereal smudge of the Milky Way, a vast river of distant stars, appearing as a soft, luminous cloud stretching across the zenith. It feels incredibly close, almost tangible, a silent, swirling galaxy inviting your quiet contemplation. The air remains cool, clean, a constant, refreshing presence, while the gentle sway of the yacht continues, a soft, hypnotic rhythm that deepens your sense of calm. You breathe in slowly, deeply, allowing the cool air to fill your lungs, and exhale with a long, unhurried sigh, feeling entirely present in this moment. You allow your gaze to soften, no longer actively searching, but simply observing the sheer, quiet grandeur of the night sky. The stars seem to twinkle with a delicate, almost imperceptible dance, their light traveling across unimaginable distances to reach your eyes. The dark surface of the ocean below, a vast, undulating mirror, occasionally catches and reflects a particularly bright star, creating a shimmering, fleeting point of light that dances on the water's surface for a brief, magical moment before disappearing again into the depths. This interplay of light, above, and reflection below, creates a sense of infinite space, a vast, tranquil dome surrounding you. The low, steady hum of the engines, a constant, unobtrusive drone, becomes a part of the profound silence, a mechanical heartbeat beneath the natural symphony of the night. You might shift your weight subtly, feeling the smooth, polished teak beneath your hand, its surface cool to the touch. The quality of the darkness is absolute, a soft, enveloping blanket that allows the celestial spectacle to truly dominate your senses. There is no urgency, no demand on your attention, only the quiet, majestic unfolding of the cosmos. You feel a deep, settling peace, a profound connection to something ancient and vast, yet utterly serene. The rhythmic sway of the yacht, the gentle lapping of the water, and the silent, patient presence of the stars all work together, a harmonious lullaby that washes over you, inviting a deeper, more profound state of relaxation. As the yacht gently nudges against a private, secluded dock, the deep, rhythmic hum of its engines slowly fades into a profound silence, leaving behind only the soft, persistent lapping of the water against the hull. The vast, star-filled expanse of the night sky, which had cradled you in its immense darkness, now begins to soften, yielding to the first faint, ethereal blush of dawn on the eastern horizon. You step onto the cool, solid stone of the dock, feeling the subtle shift from the gentle sway of the vessel to the unyielding earth beneath your feet. The air, still crisp and cool from the night, carries a new, distinct fragrance. A complex, earthy sweetness, mingled with the fresh, invigorating scent of dew and awakening foliage. A profound departure from the saline tang of the open sea. Your path leads you away from the water's edge and into the quiet embrace of your botanical garden, a meticulously cultivated sanctuary that seems to breathe with the first light of day. The pathway beneath your feet is no longer polished teak or rough flagstone, but a soft, finely laid gravel, each step producing a gentle, almost musical crunch that quickly dissipates into the pervasive quiet. The initial faint light reveals the shadowy outlines of towering trees and artfully arranged flower beds, their forms slowly gaining definition as the sky brightens. A subtle, refreshing coolness emanates from the damp earth and the countless leaves, a gentle caress against your skin as you move deeper into the garden's heart. You pause, allowing your gaze to fall upon a low-lying bed of delicate ferns, their fronds unfurling with quiet grace. Each tiny leaflet is adorned with myriad crystalline droplets of dew, catching the nascent light and refracting it into 1,000 miniature rainbows, a silent, sparkling spectacle. You extend a hand, not to touch but to hover just above the glistening surface, feeling the cool, still air that surrounds these tiny, perfect spheres of water. The sheer abundance of this dew, clinging to every blade of grass, every petal, every spiderweb, creates an almost magical aura, transforming the familiar garden into a landscape of shimmering, ephemeral beauty. A faint, earthy scent of moist soil and freshly watered plants rises gently, deepening the sensory immersion. As you continue your meditative walk, the garden slowly awakens around you. The first, tentative chirps of unseen birds begin to punctuate the profound silence. A soft, hesitant chorus that gradually gains confidence, blending into a gentle, harmonious symphony of dawn. You notice the subtle, vibrant green of new growth on a nearby shrub, its leaves appearing impossibly fresh and tender in the soft growing light. The air, still cool, carries the distinct, sweet perfume of a night-blooming jasmine, its delicate white flowers now slowly beginning to close, their fragrance lingering like a gentle farewell to the darkness. Each breath you take is clean, pure, filled with the invigorating essence of nature stirring. Your pace remains unhurried, each step a conscious, deliberate movement, allowing you to fully absorb the intricate details of this awakening world. You might gently brush against a rose bush, feeling the cool, soft texture of its petals, still heavy with dew, and inhaling the pure, intoxicating sweetness of its fragrance. The subtle shift in colors, from the muted greens and grays of pre-dawn to the richer, more defined hues of full morning light, is a slow, graceful unfolding. The garden feels alive, yet profoundly peaceful, a place where time seems to slow its relentless march, inviting you into a state of deep, quiet presence. You find yourself standing before a small, perfectly still pond, its surface a flawless mirror reflecting the brightening sky and the emerging trees. A single, perfectly formed lily pad floats upon its dark surface, a tiny, emerald island of calm. Leaving the cool, dew-kissed pathways of the botanical garden, where the first light of dawn gently awakened the world with soft birdsong and shimmering droplets, you approach the glass house. The air shifts immediately, becoming perceptibly warmer, more humid, a soft, enveloping embrace after the crisp morning chill. A heavy, intricately crafted iron door, adorned with delicate scrollwork that feels cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, stands before you. You reach out, your hand tracing the cool, solid metal of the handle, and push gently. The door swings open with a quiet, almost imperceptible sigh of well-oiled hinges, revealing a lush, verdant world within, a stark yet beautiful contrast to the open garden. Stepping inside, you are immediately enveloped by a rich, earthy aroma, distinct from the dewy freshness outside. It is a complex blend of damp soil, the sweet, heady scent of exotic blossoms, and the subtle, clean fragrance of growing green things. The diffused light, filtered through the countless panes of glass that form the soaring roof and walls, casts a soft, even glow, creating a gentle, ethereal atmosphere that softens every edge. The air itself is thick with humidity, a tangible, nourishing presence that feels like a delicate, warm veil against your skin. A low, constant hum, the gentle whisper of a hidden ventilation system, circulates the warm, moist air, ensuring the delicate ecosystem within thrives in perfect balance. Your footsteps are soft, almost silent, on the smooth terracotta tiles, which feel cool and firm beneath your feet, a grounding sensation. Your gaze is immediately drawn to the vibrant display of orchids, arranged with meticulous care on tiered wooden benches and suspended in hanging baskets. Each bloom is a miniature masterpiece, their petals unfurling in a breathtaking array of colors, from pristine whites and soft creams to fiery oranges and deep, velvety purples, each one a testament to nature's artistry. You walk slowly along the narrow pathways between the benches, your eyes tracing the intricate patterns on each delicate flower, the subtle veins, the gentle curves of their forms. Some orchids cling to rough pieces of bark, their aerial roots reaching out, a silent testament to their natural, epiphytic grace. The air here feels profoundly alive, thick with the quiet, persistent energy of growth, a vibrant stillness. You reach for a slender, elegant mister, its body crafted from cool, dark glass, with a fine brass pump. Your fingers wrap around its smooth, cool surface, feeling the familiar, reassuring weight of the water held within. The subtle, almost imperceptible sloshing sound of the liquid inside is a gentle, private melody, a quiet promise of refreshment. You test the pump once, a soft, muffled click, and a fine, almost invisible plume of water vapor disperses into the air, carrying a faint, clean scent of pure distilled water, a whisper of freshness. You hold it with a deliberate, unhurried ease, preparing for the delicate task at hand, a ritual of care. With a slow, considered motion, you begin to mist the first orchid. Your thumb presses down gently on the brass pump, producing a soft, sustained hiss as a cloud of ultra-fine water droplets drifts gracefully onto the plant. You observe each tiny droplet as it settles on a broad, leathery leaf, forming a perfect, minute sphere that glistens momentarily, catching the diffused light, before slowly, gently absorbing into the surface. The leaves, a deep, vibrant green, seem to awaken further with each touch of moisture, their colors deepening, their textures becoming more pronounced, more alive. You move the mister with exquisite precision, ensuring an even, delicate coverage, never rushing, allowing the mist to fall like a gentle, refreshing rain, a tender caress. Leaving the warm, humid embrace of the glass house where the air was thick with the scent of exotic blooms and the soft hiss of the mister, you step into a cool, quiet corridor. The crisp, clean air feels refreshing against your skin, a gentle contrast to the tropical warmth you just experienced. Your footsteps, now on cool, polished marble, create a soft, rhythmic tap, a distinct change from the terracotta tiles of the glass house. The morning light, now brighter and more direct, streams through tall, arched windows, casting long, elegant shadows across the pristine floor as you move with unhurried grace towards your private atelier. The heavy, solid wood door of the atelier, a deep, lustrous walnut, stands before you. You reach for the cool, smooth brass handle, turning it with a soft, almost imperceptible click. As the door swings inward with a gentle, well-oiled sigh, a new, refined aroma greets you. The clean, dry scent of fine wool, crisp linen, and perhaps a subtle hint of steamed fabric, a fragrance of precision and craftsmanship. The room within is bathed in a clear, even light, primarily from a large, north-facing window, ensuring a consistent, glare-free illumination that is crucial for detailed work. The air feels calm, still, meticulously maintained at an ideal temperature, a sanctuary of quiet artistry. You step onto a low, circular platform in the center of the room, its surface a firm, dark wood that feels solid and stable beneath your feet. A tall, slender mirror, framed in polished chrome, stands silently before you, reflecting your image with pristine clarity. The tailor, a figure of quiet competence and precise movements, approaches with a gentle, almost soundless tread on the thick plush carpet. His presence is respectful, unobtrusive, a silent acknowledgement of the shared purpose. You stand perfectly still, allowing your body to relax, becoming acutely aware of the subtle textures of the air around you, the faint, clean scent of the fabric that will soon envelop you. A new garment, a jacket perhaps, crafted from a fine charcoal gray cashmere wool, is gently draped over your shoulders. You feel the exquisite softness of the fabric immediately, its luxurious weight settling with a fluid grace, a whisper of warmth against your skin. The wool itself has a delicate, almost imperceptible nap, inviting a tactile exploration. The tailor's hands, agile and experienced, begin to adjust the fabric, his fingers brushing lightly against your arm, a feather-light touch. He moves with an unhurried, focused concentration, his gaze sharp and discerning, observing every line, every subtle fold of the material. There is no haste, only a deep, quiet dedication to perfection. A soft, metallic click, almost inaudible, signals the opening of a tape measure. You feel the cool, smooth ribbon of fabric glide across your chest, around your waist, its gentle pressure brief and precise. The tailor's breath is even, controlled, a testament to his focused attention. Then, a series of delicate, almost musical snips from a pair of small, gleaming shears, cutting away excess thread with a crisp, satisfying precision. Each tiny sound is clear in the profound quiet of the atelier, a testament to the sharpness of the blades and the stillness of the room. You feel the slight tension as a pin is carefully inserted into the fabric, a brief, sharp prick, followed by the soft rustle of the wool as it settles into its new, intended line. The pins are small, almost invisible, holding the garment in its nascent, perfect form. You shift your weight slightly, a small, almost unconscious adjustment, allowing the fabric to fall naturally. The tailor steps back for a moment, his head tilted, his eyes observing the garment from a fresh perspective, ensuring every curve, every seam aligns with an invisible ideal. The cashmere jacket, now perfectly adjusted and free of pins, settles around your shoulders with a familiar, comforting weight. Its exquisite softness a constant presence against your skin. The clear, even light of the atelier continues to illuminate the fine fibers, revealing the subtle depth of the charcoal gray wool. The tailor stands back, his posture one of quiet satisfaction, his presence a gentle, unobtrusive acknowledgement of the garment's completion, allowing you this private moment of appreciation. You lift your arms slightly, allowing the jacket to drape naturally, feeling its fluid movement across your back and shoulders. The fine cashmere, with its delicate, almost imperceptible nap, offers a sensation of gentle, breathable warmth, a comfort that feels both substantial and incredibly light. Your fingers instinctively trace the smooth line of the lapel, feeling the precise, almost invisible stitching that holds its form, a testament to hours of meticulous handwork. The faint, clean scent of the freshly pressed fabric rises subtly, a dry, refined aroma that speaks of quality and care, mingling with the underlying scent of the atelier itself, a clean, dry fragrance of fine textiles. You might take a slow, deep breath, feeling the jacket move in perfect synchronicity with the expansion and contraction of your chest, a fit so precise it feels like a second skin, utterly unrestrictive. Beneath the luxurious embrace of the cashmere, you become acutely aware of another, even finer texture against your skin. A silk shirt, perhaps, or the satin-smooth silk lining of the jacket itself, now fully enveloping you. The silk, cool and impossibly smooth, slips against your skin with a delicate, almost liquid touch, a subtle, refreshing contrast to the soft, dry warmth of the wool. It feels like a whisper, a gentle caress, that follows every curve and movement of your body with effortless grace. The faint, almost imperceptible rustle of the silk as you subtly shift your weight or move your arm is a delicate, ethereal sound, a soft, intimate whisper that only you can truly perceive in the profound quiet of the room. This cool, silken sensation creates a beautiful, harmonious counterpoint to the outer warmth. You bring your hand to your chest, allowing your fingertips to gently, slowly brush against the smooth, cool silk, then move upwards, allowing them to glide over the soft, yielding cashmere. The contrast is exquisite, a study in refined tactile sensations, the cool, fluid slip of the silk giving way to the soft, embracing warmth of the wool. Each fabric speaks its own language of luxury, harmonizing in a quiet symphony of comfort that settles deep within you. The subtle weight of the entire ensemble feels perfectly balanced, a gentle, sophisticated embrace that enhances your sense of ease and well-being. The clear light from the north-facing window catches the subtle sheen of the silk, a soft, diffused luminescence that contrasts beautifully with the matte, rich depth of the charcoal cashmere, revealing the intricate weave of its fibers. You turn slowly before the tall, polished mirror, observing the garment's flawless drape, the way it follows the contours of your form with an understated elegance. The movements you make are unhurried, a gentle turning of your head, a slight rotation of your shoulders, allowing the fabrics to settle and move with you. Each small motion produces a soft, almost inaudible rustle of wool against silk, a whisper of movement that is deeply calming, a private melody of luxury. The tailor remains perfectly still, his presence a quiet affirmation of the garment's perfection, a silent guardian of its meticulous craftsmanship, observing from a respectful distance. The air in the atelier is entirely still, holding the subtle, clean scent of fine materials, a testament to the focused quiet and precision that defines this space. The lingering, subtle scent of fine cashmere and silk, a memory of exquisite textures against your skin, slowly dissipates as you move away from the precise quiet of the atelier. Your footsteps, now on cool polished stone, create a soft, rhythmic padding that resonates gently in the tranquil corridor. The bright, even light of mid-morning has softened into a mellow, late afternoon glow, casting elongated, peaceful shadows through tall, arched windows that line the expansive hall. A faint, refreshing breeze, carrying a whisper of distant greenery, drifts in, gently stirring the air. You walk with an unhurried grace, feeling the subtle coolness of the stone beneath your shoes, a grounding sensation after the warmth of the fine fabrics. Your path leads you towards a secluded corner of the estate, where the formal architecture begins to give way to a more natural, organic design. You approach a series of stepping stones, smooth and dark, meticulously placed within a bed of finely raked gravel. Each step you take on the gravel produces a soft, almost musical crunch, a delicate sound that fades quickly into the pervasive quiet. The air here is noticeably different, richer, carrying a complex blend of damp earth and verdant foliage, a quiet symphony of nature. Overhead, the canopy of ancient trees filters the afternoon sun into a dappled, shifting light, painting the ground in intricate patterns of brightness and shadow. Ahead, nestled amongst carefully sculpted greenery, stands the serene tea pavilion. Its architecture is understated, crafted from dark, aged wood, perhaps cedar or cypress, its surfaces weathered to a soft, silvery gray. The lines are clean, harmonious, blending seamlessly with the surrounding landscape. As you draw nearer, a distinct, profound aroma begins to unfurl. The deep, grounding scent of aged wood, warm and resinous, interwoven with the delicate, sweet, almost ethereal perfume of jasmine, not just from the blossoms outside, but perhaps from a carefully cultivated plant within, or a subtle, natural essence. This combination of fragrances is both ancient and fresh, inviting a deep, calming breath. You reach the entrance of the pavilion, where a sliding paper screen, framed in the same aged wood, stands partially open. You extend a hand, feeling the smooth, dry texture of the wooden frame, and gently, with exquisite care, push the screen further inward. It glides open with a soft, almost imperceptible whisper, a quiet sigh of finely balanced movement, revealing the tranquil interior. Stepping across the low threshold, you immediately feel the subtle shift in air, slightly warmer, more still, imbued with the concentrated essence of aged wood and the persistent, gentle sweetness of jasmine. The light inside is even softer, diffused by the paper screens, casting a warm, golden glow that wraps around the entire space. Your shoes are left just outside, your bare feet now finding the cool, smooth surface of the polished wooden floorboards within. The interior of the pavilion is a study in minimalist elegance and profound calm. Low, dark wooden beams span the ceiling, their grain rich and visible in the soft light. Cushions, crafted from natural linen in muted, earthy tones, are arranged on the tatami mats, inviting quiet repose. A small, perfectly balanced ceramic tea set, its surfaces smooth and cool to the touch, rests on a low, polished table in the center of the room. The air feels profoundly still, yet alive with the subtle, deep fragrance of the aged wood and the delicate, lingering sweetness of jasmine. This scent is not merely present. It is an enveloping presence, a gentle, fragrant blanket that settles over you, inviting a deeper sense of peace. You move towards the cushions, each step silent on the soft tatami, feeling the subtle give beneath your feet. You settle onto one, feeling the firm yet yielding support of the natural linen, allowing your body to relax completely into its comfortable embrace. As you settle deeper onto the natural linen cushion, feeling its firm yet yielding support against your body, the profound quietness of the tea pavilion wraps around you like a gentle embrace. The rich, grounding scent of aged wood and the delicate, sweet perfume of jasmine remain constant, an enveloping fragrance that deepens your sense of peace. The soft, diffused light, filtered by the paper screens, bathes the room in a warm golden glow, creating an atmosphere of timeless serenity. Your gaze rests on the low, polished table before you, where the exquisite ceramic tea set waits in quiet anticipation. A subtle shift in the air, a barely perceptible change in the stillness, signals the quiet arrival of the tea master. You do not hear footsteps, but rather feel a gentle presence, a mindful approach. He moves with an unhurried, almost ethereal grace, his robes making no sound as he glides across the tatami mats. He kneels opposite you, his movements fluid and precise, settling into a posture of poised concentration. There is no urgency in his actions, only a profound reverence for the impending ritual. His presence is a quiet anchor, his focus absolute, yet entirely unobtrusive, allowing you to remain deeply immersed in the tranquil atmosphere. With slow, deliberate movements, the tea master begins to arrange the implements. His hands, slender and practiced, reach for a small, unglazed clay teapot, its surface a warm, earthy red. He lifts it with a gentle, almost tender touch, turning it slowly to inspect its form, feeling its subtle weight. The delicate clink of a porcelain cup against the polished wood of the table is barely audible as he repositions it, a soft, precise sound that punctuates the deep silence. You watch as he selects a bamboo whisk, its fine bristles appearing delicate yet resilient, and a small, antique silver scoop, its surface gleaming softly in the diffused light. Each object is handled with a profound respect, a quiet acknowledgement of its purpose in the ritual. He then turns his attention to the elegant iron kettle, its dark surface radiating a gentle warmth. A faint, almost imperceptible whisper of steam rises from its spout, indicating the water is at its perfect temperature. He reaches for a small, dark wooden box, its surface smooth and cool, and with a soft, almost inaudible click, he lifts the lid. The aroma of dried tea leaves, deep and complex, a subtle blend of earthy notes and a whisper of distant blossoms, rises gently into the air, mingling with the existing fragrances of wood and jasmine. He uses the silver scoop, its edge catching the light, to carefully transfer a precise amount of leaves into the clay teapot. The delicate rustle of the dry leaves as they fall into the pot is a soft, papery sound, a quiet prelude. With controlled precision, he lifts the heavy iron kettle, its warmth radiating steadily, and begins to pour the clear hot water into the teapot. The sound is a soft, continuous murmur, a gentle cascade that fills the quiet space, creating a soothing, liquid melody. You observe the delicate swirls of steam rising in graceful plumes carrying the pure, clean scent of heated water now infused with the essence of the tea leaves. He allows the tea to steep, a moment of profound stillness, his gaze fixed on the pot, a silent communion with the brewing liquid. The air grows subtly richer, deeper, with the unfolding aromas of the tea. Finally, with the same unhurried grace, he lifts the teapot and, with a steady, unwavering hand, pours the dark amber liquid into a delicate porcelain cup. The tea flows smoothly, creating a soft, almost imperceptible gurgle, its color a deep, luminous brown, catching the soft light. He places the filled cup before you, his movements deliberate and respectful, a silent offering. The warmth emanating from the cup is immediate, inviting. The soft, rhythmic sigh of waves, a continuous, deep exhalation, slowly pulls you from the gentle depths of sleep. It is not an abrupt sound, but a pervasive, ancient melody that has woven itself into the fabric of your dreams, now gently nudging you towards wakefulness. The profound quietness of the room, a stark contrast to the mindful, intricate sounds of the tea ceremony you last experienced, amplifies this distant, yet ever-present, murmur of the ocean. This sound is not intrusive. Rather, it is an invitation, a gentle suggestion of the vast, open expanse just beyond your walls. You lie still for a long moment, allowing the sound to wash over you, feeling its primal rhythm resonate deep within your chest. The sheets, cool and smooth against your skin, are a familiar comfort, perhaps the same fine Egyptian cotton or exquisite silk you awoke in previously, though now they carry a distinct, subtle freshness, a hint of the crisp sea air. The pillow beneath your head is perfectly cradling, offering just the right support as you allow the last vestiges of sleep to gently, peacefully recede. You become aware of the profound stillness of the room around you, a quiet that amplifies the distant, yet ever-present, murmur of the ocean. This sound is not intrusive. Rather, it is an invitation, a gentle suggestion of the vast, open expanse just beyond your walls. A delicate, almost ethereal light begins to filter through the sheer linen curtains, softening the edges of the room. It is the muted, pearlescent glow of pre-dawn, not yet the full brilliance of morning, but a promise of it. You feel the subtle, pervasive coolness of the air, a freshness that hints at an open window, a constant, gentle flow that carries with it a clean, saline scent. This aroma is distinct, invigorating, a refreshing contrast to the rich, earthy fragrances of the tea pavilion you last inhabited. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the pure, clean air to fill your lungs, feeling a quiet sense of renewal with each inhale. The coolness of the air whispers across your exposed skin, a tender caress, a gentle awakening. You shift slightly, turning onto your side, feeling the soft give of the mattress beneath you, its quiet resilience. Your hand, moving almost unconsciously, brushes against the smooth, cool surface of the bedside table, perhaps a slab of polished travertine or a warm, dark timber, its texture familiar beneath your fingertips. A heavy, hand-blown glass carafe, still dewy with condensation, holds clear, still water, its presence a quiet assurance of refreshment, waiting patiently. Your gaze, still soft and unfocused, begins to take in the subtle details of the room. The walls are a calming, muted shade, perhaps a soft cream or a pale oceanic blue, reflecting the diffused light with a gentle serenity. The floor, a cool, wide planked timber or smooth pale stone, stretches out towards the tall arched windows, leading your eye towards the source of the persistent, rhythmic sound. You slowly, deliberately open your eyes, allowing them to adjust to the deepening light. Through the sheer curtains, the faintest outline of the horizon emerges, a soft, blurred line where the deep indigo of the night sky meets the vast, dark expanse of the ocean. The rhythmic sigh of the waves, which had been a distant murmur, now feels closer, more immediate, a powerful yet gentle force. You can almost feel the subtle coolness of the sea spray in the air, though it is still too far to truly reach you. The villa, perched high on the cliffside, offers an unparalleled vantage point, a private communion with the boundless sea. The subtle movement of the curtains, a slow, graceful dance in the invisible breeze, hints at the vastness beyond the glass, a quiet invitation. The gentle, rhythmic sigh of the waves, which had been a distant lullaby, now calls you from the comforting stillness of your bed. The soft, pearlescent glow of dawn has deepened into the clear, bright light of morning, filtering through the sheer linen curtains. You swing your legs slowly over the side of the bed, feeling the cool, wide, planked timber floor beneath your bare feet, a familiar grounding sensation. The air in the room, still crisp from the night, carries the invigorating scent of the sea, a promise of the expansive vista beyond your windows. You move with an unhurried grace, drawn towards the tall, arched doors that lead to your private balcony, the source of the persistent, rhythmic sound of the ocean. As you reach the threshold, you push the doors inward with a soft, almost imperceptible whisper of wood against its frame. The cool air within the room yields to a warmer, sun-drenched atmosphere as you step out onto the balcony. The stone tiles beneath your feet are no longer merely cool, but radiate a gentle warmth, having absorbed the morning sun, a comforting sensation that spreads slowly upwards through your soles. The rhythmic sound of the waves, previously a distant murmur, now becomes a clear, powerful presence, a constant, deep exhalation and inhale that seems to fill the entire space, yet never feels overwhelming. The air here is noticeably fresher, carrying the strong, clean scent of salt and sun-baked earth, a vivid, invigorating aroma that cleanses the senses. You approach the low, solid stone railing, its surface smooth and warm beneath your outstretched hand. Your fingers trace the cool, weathered texture of the ancient stone, feeling the subtle irregularities that speak of countless sunrises and sunsets. You lean against it gently, allowing your gaze to sweep across the vast, uninterrupted expanse of the sea before you. The ocean, a brilliant, almost impossibly deep sapphire blue, stretches out to meet the distant horizon, a seamless line where sea and sky merge in a soft, hazy embrace. The surface of the water is a mesmerizing tapestry of subtle movement, catching the bright morning light in 1,000 tiny, sparkling facets, each one a fleeting flash of brilliance. You watch the waves, their powerful forms rising and falling with an ancient, unhurried grace, breaking against the base of the cliff far below with a soft, continuous roar, a sound that is both immense and profoundly calming. A gentle breeze, constant and refreshing, brushes softly against your face, carrying with it the pure, unadulterated scent of the open ocean, mingled with a faint, almost imperceptible aroma of wild thyme or rosemary from the sun-drenched cliffs above. You close your eyes for a brief moment, allowing the warmth of the sun to settle fully on your skin, feeling its gentle, pervasive heat, a soothing balm that melts away any lingering tension. The rhythmic sound of the waves becomes the sole focus of your awareness, a vast, natural metronome that effortlessly slows and deepens your breathing. Each inhale is cool and clean, each exhale long and unhurried, a quiet dialogue with the boundless sea. You open your eyes again, allowing your gaze to drift downwards, observing the intricate patterns of foam that form and dissolve with each wave as it crashes against the rocks below. The white, lacy edges of the foam spread outwards, then recede, leaving behind a brief, glistening wetness on the dark, ancient stone of the cliff face. It is a continuous, mesmerizing dance of creation and dissolution, a silent, powerful display of nature's relentless artistry. The warmth of the sun on your shoulders feels substantial, comforting, a gentle weight that anchors you to this moment. You might shift your weight slightly, a small, almost unconscious adjustment, finding a perfect balance against the sturdy railing. The lingering salt tang of the ocean, a memory from the cliffside balcony, slowly gives way to the sweet, clean aroma of damp earth and freshly cut grass as you step onto the sprawling grounds of your equestrian estate. The cool, wide-planked timber of your villa's interior recedes behind you, replaced by the soft, yielding path of finely raked earth. Each step you take, substantial yet comfortable in your boots, creates a low, muffled crunch that resonates briefly in the early morning quiet, quickly absorbed by the vastness of the landscape. The air, crisp and incredibly fresh, carries the invigorating scent of damp soil and vibrant greenery, a profound contrast to the saline tang of the sea, signaling a complete shift in environment. You pause for a long moment, allowing your gaze to sweep across the expansive emerald fields that stretch out before you, disappearing into the gentle haze of the distant tree line. The soft, diffused light of the early sun, still low on the horizon, bathes the entire estate in a luminous, almost ethereal glow. Each blade of grass is tipped with a tiny, sparkling bead of dew, catching the nascent light in 1,000 miniature gleams, creating a shimmering, living carpet that undulates gently with the contours of the land. The sheer scale of the landscape, meticulously cared for yet wild in its essence, invites a deep, calming breath, filling your lungs with the pure, clean air of the countryside. As you begin your walk, your pace is unhurried, measured, each footfall a conscious connection to the earth beneath you. You move towards the long, low lines of the paddocks, their pristine wooden fences appearing warm and inviting in the soft light. In the distance, the faint rhythmic sound of hooves on soft earth, a gentle, muffled cadence, suggests the quiet stirring of the horses in their morning exercise. It is a sound of powerful animals held in graceful motion, a distant, comforting presence that blends seamlessly with the natural symphony of the awakening day. The subtle whicker of a horse, a low, contented greeting, might drift on the breeze, a quiet welcome from afar. Your eyes follow the elegant lines of the fences, noticing the smooth, weathered texture of the timber, each plank speaking of careful maintenance and enduring strength. The dew-kissed grass in the paddocks appears impossibly green, a vibrant, living carpet stretching towards the stable block. As you draw nearer to the stables, the distinct, comforting aroma of clean straw, warm hay, and the subtle, earthy scent of horses fills the air, a complex fragrance that speaks of ancient traditions and gentle care. It is a grounding, honest scent, a world away from the refined aromas of the city, or the saline tang of the sea, connecting you deeply to the natural rhythm of the estate. You reach the main stable block, its grand, dark timber and polished brass accents, appearing warm and inviting in the soft, diffused light. The heavy oak stable doors, each one a testament to meticulous craftsmanship, stand partially ajar, revealing glimpses of straw-filled stalls and the soft, shifting forms of horses within. Your hand reaches out, tracing the cool, smooth grain of one of the heavy oak doors, feeling the subtle texture of the aged wood, the faint, almost imperceptible irregularities that tell a story of time and care. The polished brass latch, cool and solid beneath your fingertips, gleams with a soft, understated luster, reflecting the gentle morning light. You notice the intricate joinery, the careful precision in every plank and beam, a silent declaration of enduring quality. The gentle sounds of the stables begin to emerge, a soft rustling sound of straw as a horse shifts its weight, a low, contented sigh, the faint, rhythmic chewing of hay. These are not loud sounds, but quiet, intimate whispers that are woven into the fabric of the morning, contributing to the profound sense of peace. Having paused at the grand stable block, where the rich aroma of clean straw and warm hay had first enveloped you, you now push one of the heavy oak stable doors inward with a gentle, deliberate motion. The polished brass latch, cool and solid beneath your fingertips, releases with a soft, almost imperceptible click, and the door swings open with a low, resonant sigh of aged timber, revealing the quiet sanctuary within. The soft, diffused light of the early morning, previously filtered by the canopy of trees, now pours into the interior of the stable, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the still air, creating an almost ethereal glow over the straw-filled stalls. You step across the low threshold, feeling the immediate shift from the firm, earthy path outside to the deep, yielding softness of fresh, golden straw underfoot. Each step sinks slightly, creating a gentle, muffled rustle that quickly dissipates into the pervasive quiet of the stable. The air here is distinctly warmer, a comforting, almost humid warmth that carries the concentrated, sweet scent of hay, the earthy aroma of clean straw, and the subtle, unique fragrance of warm horse, a blend that is both grounding and deeply familiar. You move slowly, your gaze adjusting to the softer, more intimate light of the stable, drawn towards a particular stall where a thoroughbred, a magnificent creature, stands in quiet repose. As you approach the stall, your hand reaches out, resting lightly on the smooth, dark wood of the half-door. The timber feels warm to the touch, having absorbed the gentle heat of the stable, its surface worn smooth by countless hands over generations. You feel the subtle texture of the grain, the faint, almost imperceptible irregularities that speak of its long history. A low, contented whicker, a soft, welcoming sound, drifts from within the stall, a gentle acknowledgement of your presence. The thoroughbred, its coat a rich, deep bay, turns its head slowly, its dark, intelligent eyes soft and calm, meeting your gaze with a quiet, knowing understanding. You slide the polished brass bolt with a gentle, almost inaudible click, and the half-door swings open with a soft, welcoming creak. You step into the stall, your boots sinking into the deep, fragrant straw, feeling its dry, springy resilience beneath your feet. The horse shifts its weight, a slow, deliberate movement that causes the straw to whisper softly, a rhythmic rustle that fills the quiet space. Its breath, warm and soft, brushes against your hand, carrying the sweet scent of fresh hay. You reach out slowly, extending your hand with an unhurried grace, allowing it to hover for a moment before gently making contact with the horse's muzzle. The sensation is incredibly soft, velvety, the fine hairs of its muzzle brushing delicately against your palm. You feel the subtle warmth of its skin, the gentle, almost imperceptible vibrations of its breathing. The horse responds with a soft, inquisitive nuzzle, its warm, dry nose pressing gently into your hand. A moment of profound, quiet connection. You feel the delicate texture of its whiskers, a fleeting, almost ticklish sensation. Then its head lowers slightly, its soft, smooth cheek brushing lightly against your arm, a gentle, trusting gesture. The sound of its contented sigh, a soft, deep exhalation, resonates quietly in the still air, a sound of profound peace. You allow your hand to drift upwards, slowly, deliberately, tracing the smooth, silken curve of its neck, feeling the warmth of its powerful muscles beneath the fine, short hair of its coat. The texture of its mane, coarse yet soft, brushes gently against your fingertips as you move. The air in the stall is thick, with the sweet, comforting aroma of fresh hay and warm horse, an enveloping fragrance that deepens your sense of calm. The sweet, earthy aroma of hay and the gentle, rhythmic rustle of straw from the stables slowly recede as you transition, the quiet sounds of the equestrian estate giving way to a different kind of calm. As the day quietly draws to a close, you step onto the cool, smooth expanse of your private city rooftop garden, where the soft, deepening light of dusk bathes the meticulously tended greenery in a gentle, ethereal glow. Your bare feet find the cool, polished stone tiles of the rooftop, a grounding sensation after the softness of the stable floor. Above you, the vast, open sky, still a soft canvas of fading blues and purples, stretches endlessly, a profound contrast to the enclosed spaces of earlier. The distant, continuous hum of the city, a low, diffused murmur, rises gently to meet you, a familiar, comforting sound that feels more like a subtle vibration in the air than an intrusive noise. You walk slowly towards the low, elegant railing, crafted from dark, smooth metal, its surface cool to the touch. You lean against the railing, allowing your gaze to sweep across the sprawling cityscape below. Thousands of windows, still reflecting the last vestiges of sunlight, begin to twinkle with their own internal lights, a quiet, growing tapestry of illumination. Around you, the garden is a masterpiece of urban design, with carefully arranged planters overflowing with diverse flora. You notice the deep green of robust rosemary bushes, their leaves appearing almost silvery in the fading light, their aromatic scent beginning to release into the cooling air. Beside them, delicate jasmine vines, their small, white blossoms just beginning to unfurl, add a subtle, sweet perfume, a gentle counterpoint to the city's distant pulse. A soft, gentle breeze carrying the clean, fresh scent of the growing evening brushes against your face and through your hair. It carries with it the distinct, clean aroma of the rosemary, a sharp, invigorating note, and the delicate, almost ethereal sweetness of the jasmine, a promise of the night to come. You reach out a hand, allowing your fingertips to lightly brush against the cool, smooth leaves of a nearby succulent, its fleshy surface cool and firm to the touch. The subtle texture of the tiny spikes along its edges is almost imperceptible, a quiet detail in the deepening twilight. The air feels crisp, a delightful transition from the day's warmth, yet still holding a gentle, lingering softness. The distant symphony of the city continues, a soft, muted chorus of activity. You can discern the faint, rhythmic whoosh of traffic far below. a steady, almost hypnotic sound that blends into the background. Occasionally, a faint, muffled siren might rise and fall in the distance, quickly absorbed by the vastness of the sky and the gentle rustle of leaves in the garden, never jarring, merely a fleeting whisper of life. The sound of a bird, perhaps a lone pigeon, cooing softly from a nearby ledge, adds a delicate, natural counterpoint to the urban hum, a reminder of the quiet life that persists even in this elevated space. Everything here feels perfectly balanced, a tranquil oasis high above the world. You close your eyes for a brief moment, breathing in the cool, fragrant air, feeling the profound solitude of this elevated sanctuary. The city lights begin their slow, gentle twinkle below, a vast, silent tapestry of illumination, as the night truly begins to settle around you, inviting a deeper, effortless drift into serene contentment. The garden rests, a quiet, breathing presence, under the vast, deepening sky. The soft, deepening light of dusk, which had painted the cityscape in hues of amethyst and rose, now settles further over your private rooftop garden. The distant hum of the city, a low, continuous murmur, feels even more subdued, almost a lullaby from far below, as the air grows cooler, carrying the fresh, clean scent of the evening. You turn from the low, elegant railing, feeling the cool, smooth stone tiles of the rooftop beneath your bare feet, a comforting, familiar sensation. The scattered twinkling of city lights begins to intensify, a silent, growing tapestry of illumination against the darkening sky. Your attention now shifts to the meticulously tended herb beds, a quiet, verdant promise for the evening meal. You walk slowly, deliberately, along the narrow pathways that wind between the raised planters, each step a soft, almost imperceptible whisper on the fine gravel. The air, already fragrant with rosemary and jasmine, deepens with the varied aromas of the herbs, a complex, inviting bouquet that intensifies with the cooling air. The subtle rustle of leaves, stirred by a gentle, intermittent breeze, adds a delicate, natural counterpoint to the distant urban hum. You reach the first bed, where broad-leafed basil plants stand in robust clusters, their dark green leaves appearing richer, almost velvety, in the fading light. A faint, sweet scent, distinctly peppery and earthy, rises to meet you, a gentle invitation. Your fingers approach the basil plant, noticing the slight curl of its broad, verdant leaves. You select a particular stem, feeling its firm resilience, and with a gentle, deliberate twist, you separate it from the main plant. A faint, almost imperceptible snap whispers into the quiet air, and immediately, the sweet, peppery aroma of fresh basil blooms around you, mingling with the cooling evening air, a small, vibrant burst of fragrance. You repeat the action, selecting another stem, then another, each soft snap a precise, mindful action, each release of scent a small, private pleasure. The leaves feel cool and slightly pliable beneath your fingertips, their smooth surfaces still holding a hint of the day's warmth. Moving to the next planter, your gaze falls upon a cluster of fragrant mint. Its leaves, a lighter, more vibrant green, appear almost luminous in the twilight, their delicate edges finely serrated. You lean closer, inhaling the crisp, invigorating aroma, a clean, cool burst that clears the senses, a refreshing contrast to the deeper, warmer scent of the basil. With the same unhurried precision, you select a few sprigs, feeling the slender, slightly fuzzy stems between your thumb and forefinger. A soft, delicate tear, a barely audible whisper, accompanies each separation, and the cool, sharp fragrance of the mint intensifies, now mingling with the basil in a harmonious blend. You place the freshly harvested sprigs carefully into a small, finely woven wicker basket, its texture smooth and dry against your hand, its light weight a gentle presence. Your hand then drifts towards a patch of thyme, its tiny, intricate leaves forming a dense, low-lying mat. The color is a muted, almost silvery green, appearing almost gray in the deepening dusk. You brush your fingertips lightly across the surface of the plant, releasing a subtle, earthy, almost woody aroma, a deep, resonant fragrance that hints at ancient landscapes and sun-baked hillsides. This scent is grounding, comforting, a quiet presence that settles around you. You select a few delicate stems, their tiny leaves clinging gently to your fingers as you pluck them with an almost imperceptible tug. The sound is a soft, dry whisper, a delicate rustle that is barely heard above the distant city's hum, and the nuanced, herbaceous fragrance of the thyme joins the growing collection of aromas in your basket. Finally, your attention turns to the robust rosemary bush. Its needle-like leaves a deep, dark green, almost black in the fading light. The lingering, complex aromas of freshly harvested herbs and the cooling evening air from your rooftop garden slowly recede as you step through a discreet entrance, leaving the gentle hum of the city behind. Your bare feet, which had felt the cool, smooth stone of the rooftop, now find the plush, deep pile of a thick woolen carpet, its softness absorbing every sound. The subtle twinkling of city lights from afar is replaced by a profound, almost tangible quietness, a sensation that immediately wraps around you. You push gently on a heavy, solid wood door, its surface a deep, lustrous mahogany, feeling the cool, smooth grain beneath your fingertips. It swings inward with a soft, almost imperceptible sigh of perfectly oiled hinges, revealing an interior bathed in a warm, gentle glow. Stepping across the low threshold, you are immediately enveloped by an atmosphere of profound stillness and quiet reverence. The air here is noticeably warmer, imbued with a delicate, sweet fragrance of beeswax and aged wood, a comforting, grounding scent that is both rich and subtle. A complete departure from the vibrant, green aromas of the garden. The room is illuminated not by electric light, but by the soft, flickering dance of numerous candles, strategically placed on low, polished tables and along the intricate mantelpiece of a grand fireplace. Each flame is a tiny, luminous heart, casting long, shifting shadows that play across the walls, painted in a deep, muted crimson, and the heavy, dark timber ceiling. The light is warm, intimate, creating an almost dreamlike quality, softening every edge and inviting a deep sense of calm. The very air seems to absorb sound, creating an acoustically perfect environment where even the softest breath feels amplified, yet never echoes. A testament to thoughtful design. You walk slowly, your footsteps completely muffled by the plush carpet, towards a comfortable, velvet-upholstered armchair positioned facing the fireplace. The velvet, a deep, rich emerald green, appears almost black in the soft candlelight, its texture promising profound softness. As you approach, you notice the silent, imposing presence of a grand piano, its polished ebony surface reflecting the dancing candlelight in 1,000 tiny, shimmering points. The wood gleams with a deep, liquid luster, a testament to generations of care, a silent, majestic sentinel in the quiet room. Its keys, a pristine, almost ethereal ivory, lie perfectly still, awaiting a gentle touch. You settle into the armchair, feeling the luxurious softness of the velvet yield gently beneath your weight, a deep, embracing comfort. The fabric feels smooth and cool against your skin, then slowly warms, molding to your form. You close your eyes for a moment, breathing in the rich, sweet scent of beeswax from the candles, mingled with the subtle, woody aroma of the aged timber and the faint, clean scent of polished brass from an antique music stand nearby. The profound quietness of the room wraps around you, a gentle, enveloping blanket that seems to absorb all external distractions, leaving only the soft, rhythmic presence of your own breath. When you open your eyes, your gaze drifts to the nearest candle, observing the steady, unwavering glow of its flame. The light, soft and consistent, creates a mesmerizing focal point, a tiny universe of warmth and light in the encompassing calm. You might gently extend a hand, allowing your fingertips to hover just above the cool, smooth surface of a small, polished wooden side table, feeling the stillness of the air. The faint, almost imperceptible crackle of the burning wick, a delicate, rhythmic whisper, is the only sound that truly registers, a tiny, hypnotic punctuation in the profound silence. The acoustically perfect room holds its breath around you, a sanctuary where every subtle sound is honored, yet never amplified beyond comfort. The profound quietness of the music room, a gentle embrace after the vibrant aromas of the rooftop garden, continues to envelop you as you rest in the velvet-upholstered armchair. The soft, flickering dance of the numerous candles casts long, shifting shadows across the deep crimson walls, their warm, intimate glow painting the space in hues of amber and gold. The delicate, sweet fragrance of beeswax, mingled with the subtle, woody aroma of aged timber, still lingers in the air, a comforting, grounding presence. You feel the luxurious softness of the velvet beneath you, its smooth, cool texture slowly warming to your form, a deep, embracing comfort that cradles your body. Your breathing is deep and even, a quiet, rhythmic pulse that resonates with the profound stillness, a gentle invitation to simply be. Your gaze, soft and unfocused, rests upon the grand piano, its polished ebony surface reflecting the dancing candlelight in 1,000 tiny, shimmering points, like scattered stars. The pristine ivory keys lie perfectly still, awaiting a touch, a silent promise of melody. A subtle shift in the diffused light, a barely perceptible change in the air's stillness, hints at a presence. The private pianist, a figure of quiet grace and refined artistry, approaches the instrument with an unhurried, almost ethereal tread on the thick, plush carpet. You observe the subtle rustle of his dark, well-tailored fabric as he moves, a soft, dry whisper that is quickly absorbed by the acoustically perfect room, never echoing, merely settling into the pervasive quiet. He settles onto the polished piano bench with a soft, almost imperceptible creak of the dark wood, a gentle sigh of weight. His hands, slender and practiced, hover for a long moment above the ivory keys, a silent preparation, a moment of profound focus. You notice the delicate play of candlelight on the smooth, pale surface of his knuckles, the subtle shadows cast by his fingers. Then, with an exquisite, almost feather-light touch, the first note is struck. It is a single, pure tone, clear and resonant, a crystalline sound that seems to bloom in the air, expanding gently to fill the entire space, without ever feeling loud or intrusive. The note sustains, its vibration lingering, slowly dissolving into the profound quietness, leaving a delicate echo. Another note follows, then another, each one distinct, perfectly formed, yet flowing seamlessly into the next. A gentle melody begins to unfold, a slow, unhurried progression of chords and arpeggios that weaves itself into the fabric of the room. The sound is incredibly soft, a delicate, almost whispered music that feels as if it were being played just for you, a private concert in this intimate sanctuary. You feel the subtle vibrations of the notes in the very air around you, a gentle, resonant hum that seems to settle deep within your chest, harmonizing with your own slow, steady heartbeat. The melody has no abrupt changes, no sudden crescendos. It is a continuous, undulating stream of soothing sound, a gentle, repetitive comfort that invites your mind to drift effortlessly. The pianist's movements are fluid, almost imperceptible, his fingers dancing across the ivory keys with a profound lightness, a ballet of precision and grace. Each key press produces a soft, distinct click, a tiny, percussive whisper that is absorbed by the deep, rich tones of the piano, becoming an integral part of the melody. The music washes over you, a warm, enveloping wave of sound that calms every nerve, every stray thought. You close your eyes again, allowing the visual details to recede, focusing entirely on the pure, unadulterated sensation of the melody. The candlelight, though unseen, feels like a warm, flickering presence, a visual echo of the music's gentle rhythm. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the melody begins to recede. The notes become more spaced, the pauses between them lengthening, stretching out into the quiet air. The lingering echoes of the pianist's gentle melody, which had filled the acoustically perfect music room with such profound calm, slowly fade into the quiet, enveloping stillness of the late afternoon. The subtle, sweet fragrance of beeswax and aged wood from the candles, which had cast their warm, flickering glow, now mingles with a new, distinct aroma as you step through a discreet, unassuming doorway. The plush carpet of the music room gives way to the cool, smooth touch of ancient cobblestones beneath your feet, a textural shift that signals a journey into a different kind of quiet elegance. You find yourself on a narrow, almost hidden street, where the soft, diffused light of the late afternoon bathes the weathered stone buildings in a warm, amber glow. The distant hum of the city, a familiar, comforting murmur, is muffled here, absorbed by the narrow alleys and thick, ancient walls. The air is cool, carrying a subtle, earthy scent of old stone, and perhaps a faint whisper of dampness from hidden courtyards. Your footsteps, a soft rhythmic tap on the uneven cobblestones, are the only sound, a gentle punctuation in the pervasive quiet. You move with an unhurried grace, drawn by a subtle, almost imperceptible scent that promises a world of forgotten stories. Ahead, nestled between two unassuming facades, a heavy, dark wooden door, almost indistinguishable from the wall itself, presents itself. There is no grand sign, no overt indication of its purpose, only a small, exquisitely carved brass plaque, its surface gleaming softly in the fading light, bearing a single, elegant symbol. You reach out, feeling the cool, smooth metal of the handle, and push gently. The door swings inward with a soft, resonant creak, a quiet sigh of aged timber, revealing an interior bathed in a warm, inviting glow. Stepping across the low threshold, you are immediately enveloped by a profound, intoxicating aroma. The rich, complex scent of old paper, fine leather, and dry, seasoned wood, a fragrance that speaks of centuries of collected wisdom and quiet contemplation. It is a scent that feels both ancient and comforting, a profound contrast to the sweet beeswax of the music room. The air inside is still, dry, and noticeably cooler than the outside, meticulously maintained to preserve the precious contents. Your footsteps, now muffled by thick pattern rugs laid over dark, polished floorboards, become almost silent, each movement a gentle glide. The interior of the bookstore is a labyrinth of towering, dark wooden shelves, reaching almost to the high, coffered ceiling. Each shelf is meticulously packed with volumes of every size and age, their spines a rich tapestry of worn leather, faded cloth, and intricate gold tooling. The light is soft, diffused, cast by strategically placed, low-wattage lamps with warm amber shades, creating an intimate, almost conspiratorial atmosphere. Long, dancing shadows play across the packed shelves, hinting at hidden alcoves and forgotten corners, inviting exploration. The profound quietness here is absolute, broken only by the occasional, delicate rustle of a turning page from another unseen browser, a soft, papery whisper that quickly fades. You move slowly down a narrow aisle, your fingers lightly tracing the spines of the books, feeling the varied textures of aged leather, the smooth, cool surface of vellum, the slightly rough weave of old cloth. Each book is a tangible link to a distant past, a silent promise of untold stories. You might pause before a particularly old volume, its binding worn smooth by countless hands, its title barely legible in the dim light. The subtle weight of history feels palpable in the air, a profound presence that grounds you in the moment. The distant city outside, with its myriad demands, feels utterly remote, replaced by this intimate, personal sanctuary of knowledge and quiet contemplation. The profound, enveloping aroma of old paper and fine leather from the antiquarian bookstore continues to fill the air, a rich, comforting presence that deepens your sense of quiet contemplation. The soft, diffused light, cast by amber-shaded lamps, still illuminates the towering shelves, their dark, polished wood gleaming softly in the stillness. You stand in a quiet alcove where the ambient sounds of the city are entirely absent, leaving only the profound hush of the collected past. Your hands, which had been tracing the worn spines of ancient volumes, now rest in quiet anticipation. A small, specially prepared package rests on a low, dark wooden table before you. It is a rare, first-edition volume, carefully wrapped for preservation. The outer layer is a heavy, almost translucent archival paper, its surface smooth and cool to the touch, a protective skin for the treasure within. You note the meticulous folding, the careful creases that speak of a librarian's precise hand. The air around it feels subtly different, charged with a quiet reverence for the history it contains. The rich scent of old books, a blend of earthy notes and a whisper of vanilla, seems to emanate more strongly from this particular package, a promise of its unique age and provenance. With unhurried, deliberate movements, your fingers approach the package. You begin to trace the delicate folds of the archival paper, feeling its crispness, its subtle resilience. There is no haste, only a profound respect for the object. You find the edge of the paper, carefully lifting it, and begin the slow, meticulous process of unwrapping. The sound is a soft, dry whisper, a gentle papery rustle that seems to fill the quiet space, a delicate crackle that echoes briefly before settling into the pervasive hush. Each fold of paper you reveal, each slow pull, brings you closer to the heart of the package, a quiet unveiling. As the outer layer of paper is gently removed, it reveals a second, inner wrapping a fine, unbleached linen fabric. This cloth is soft and smooth to the touch, its natural fibers offering a delicate contrast to the crispness of the paper. You feel its gentle drape, its subtle weight. The linen itself carries a faint, clean scent, a whisper of natural fibers, which mingles effortlessly with the deep, grounding aroma of old books. You begin to unfurl this cloth, slowly, carefully, allowing the soft fabric to fall away from the contours of the book beneath. The rustle of the linen is even softer, more yielding than the paper, a delicate, almost silken whisper that adds to the quiet symphony of unwrapping. Finally, the linen falls away completely, revealing the book itself. It rests on the table, a tangible piece of history, its presence profound and immediate. The binding is perhaps a rich, dark leather, its surface worn smooth in places by the passage of centuries, yet still supple and strong. The gold tooling, though perhaps faded in parts, still gleams softly in the amber light, its intricate patterns speaking of an era of meticulous craftsmanship. You reach out, your fingers hovering for a moment, before gently making contact with the cool, smooth surface of the leather. The tactile sensation is exquisite, a direct connection to the past, a moment of profound communion. You lift the book carefully, feeling its unexpected weight. The dense accumulation of ancient paper and sturdy binding. The scent of old paper and leather, previously subtle, now rises more intensely, a rich, complex aroma that fills your senses. A powerful, grounding presence. You turn the volume slowly in your hands, observing its proportions, the precise craftsmanship of its spine and covers. The edges of the pages, perhaps slightly yellowed with age, are perfectly aligned, a testament to the care it has received over the years. The light catches the faint irregularities in the leather, the subtle marks that tell a silent story of its journey through time. The rich, deep aroma of old paper and fine leather, which had surrounded you in the antiquarian bookstore, slowly begins to recede as you carefully close the heavy, dark wooden door behind you. The subtle, diffused light of the late afternoon in the hidden alley softens further, hinting at the approaching evening. Your feet, which had felt the plush softness of the rugs within, now find the cool, uneven texture of ancient cobblestones, a familiar grounding sensation as you step back onto the narrow, quiet street. The distant hum of the city, a low, diffused murmur, seems even more remote here, absorbed by the thick, centuries-old stone walls that line the secluded passage. You move with an unhurried grace, each step a soft, rhythmic tap on the worn stones, a gentle echo in the pervasive quiet. The air, previously dry and still, now carries a subtle, refreshing coolness, a hint of the transition from day to evening. As you emerge from the narrow alley, the soft, amber glow of the fading sunlight paints the higher buildings in hues of rose and gold, a gentle farewell to the day. The city, which had felt so contained within the bookstore's walls, now stretches out below, its myriad lights beginning their slow, delicate twinkle, a growing tapestry of illumination. Your journey takes you away from the urban embrace, towards the more distant, rugged contours of the landscape. The smooth, consistent hum of a waiting vehicle, perhaps a quiet, electric model, replaces the sounds of the city, a low, unobtrusive drone. You settle into the plush, ergonomic seat, feeling the soft give of the fine upholstery beneath you, a familiar sensation of quiet comfort. The door closes with a gentle, reassuring thud, sealing you within a cocoon of refined stillness. The vehicle glides forward, smoothly, almost silently, along winding roads that steadily climb, leaving the city's glow behind, drawing you higher, towards the darkening mountains. As the elevation increases, the air outside the vehicle becomes noticeably cooler, crisper, carrying a sharp, clean scent of pine and damp earth, a profound contrast to the varied aromas of the city. You watch as the landscape transforms, the soft, manicured edges of urban life giving way to the rugged, dark silhouettes of ancient peaks, their forms appearing grand and imposing against the deepening twilight sky. The last vestiges of sunlight cling to the highest ridges, painting them in fleeting strokes of orange and purple, a silent, majestic farewell to the day. The vehicle continues its unhurried ascent, its quiet hum, a constant, soothing companion against the growing silence of the mountain evening. Finally, the vehicle comes to a gentle, almost imperceptible stop. You step out onto a wide circular platform, its surface a dark, unyielding stone that feels cool and firm beneath your feet. The air here is thin, exhilaratingly crisp, carrying the pure, unadulterated scent of high altitude, a sharp, clean fragrance that invigorates your senses without jarring them. Above you, the sky is a vast, inky expanse, already studded with the first impossibly bright stars, each one a tiny, perfect diamond against the deepening blackness. The distant city lights below are now a faint, shimmering carpet, a vast, abstract pattern far removed from your elevated sanctuary. Before you, the personal mountaintop observatory stands, a structure of quiet purpose and elegant design. Its exterior is crafted from a smooth, dark metal, perhaps polished steel or a deep bronze, its surface catching the faint starlight with a subtle, reflective gleam. The dome, a large, perfectly curved sphere, appears as a dark, silent sentinel against the night sky, promising celestial wonders within. You approach a heavy, insulated door, its surface cool and smooth beneath your outstretched hand. The profound quietness of your personal mountaintop observatory, a sanctuary of controlled warmth and soft red light, continues to envelop you. The low, rhythmic hum of precision machinery, a subtle, almost subconscious pulse, resonates deep within the very structure, a constant, comforting presence. The crisp, clean scent of high altitude, mingled with a faint, metallic tang, still lingers in the air, invigorating yet deeply calming. You stand on the smooth, dark composite floor, feeling its solid stability beneath your feet, a grounded presence in this elevated realm. Your gaze drifts upwards, towards the vast, dark expanse of the dome, its internal surface a smooth, curving canvas, awaiting its celestial unveiling. With a soft, almost imperceptible whir, the massive dome begins its slow, deliberate rotation. The sound is a low, continuous rumble, a deep, resonant vibration that passes through the floor and up through your body, yet remains perfectly gentle, never jarring. You feel the subtle shift in the air pressure as the dome slowly opens, revealing a narrow, elongated slit that widens with unhurried grace. Through this aperture, the raw, unblemished blackness of the night sky, studded with countless impossibly bright stars, begins to reveal itself, a breathtaking contrast to the muted red light within. The air that drifts in is thin, exhilaratingly cool, carrying the pure, unadulterated scent of the cosmos, a vast, clean emptiness. You move towards the colossal telescope, its dark, gleaming barrel, a silent, majestic sentinel reaching towards the heavens. The metal of its casing is cool and smooth to the touch as you approach, its immense weight and precision evident in its silent posture. A gentle, almost imperceptible whirring sound accompanies its subtle, automatic adjustments, a soft, mechanical breath as it aligns itself with a predetermined celestial target. You lean forward, carefully positioning yourself at the eyepiece, feeling the cool, smooth metal against your brow. The subtle scent of ozone, a clean, almost electric tang, might briefly register, a whisper of the advanced technology at work. As you peer into the eyepiece, the vast, formless blackness of the night sky dissolves, replaced by an astonishing, ethereal vision. Before you, shimmering in impossible hues of soft rose, delicate violet, and luminous blue, a distant nebula slowly unfurls. It is not a solid object, but a vast, swirling cloud of cosmic dust and gas, illuminated by unseen nascent stars, its intricate tendrils and delicate filaments appearing with breathtaking clarity. The light from this distant celestial nursery has traveled for millennia to reach your eyes, a silent, ancient message from the very edge of creation. You feel a profound sense of awe, a quiet wonder that expands within you, yet it is a calm, settling awe, not overwhelming. Your eye traces the delicate, almost translucent edges of the nebula, observing the subtle gradations of color, the way the light seems to shift and dance within its gaseous embrace. Tiny, pinprick stars, impossibly distant suns, twinkle like scattered diamonds within its swirling depths, some appearing as mere specks, others as faint, luminous pearls. The vastness of the image, contained within the small circle of the eyepiece, is almost incomprehensible, yet it is presented with such serene beauty that it invites only quiet contemplation. The telescope makes another soft, almost imperceptible adjustment, a barely audible whir, ensuring the celestial object remains perfectly centered, perfectly still within your field of vision. You remain perfectly still, breathing slowly, deeply, allowing the immense, silent beauty of the nebula to fill your senses. The profound quietness of the observatory, punctuated only by the low, rhythmic hum of the machinery, creates a perfect backdrop for this cosmic meditation. The profound quietness of the mountaintop observatory, where the low hum of precision machinery had been your constant companion, slowly recedes as the heavy, insulated door hisses gently shut behind you. The thin, crisp mountain air, carrying its clean, invigorating scent, now feels subtly different, infused with the softer, more earthy fragrances of a manicured landscape. Your feet, which had felt the smooth, dark composite floor of the observatory, now find the cool, firm surface of a finely raked gravel path, each step creating a soft, almost musical crunch that dissipates quickly into the vast, open quiet of the night. The sky above is a breathtaking canvas of deep, unblemished blackness, studded with countless, impossibly bright stars, each one a tiny, perfect diamond against the velvet expanse. The moon, a luminous, silvery orb, hangs high and serene, casting an ethereal, almost milky glow over the landscape, transforming familiar forms into dramatic, silhouetted shapes. The air is cool, fresh, carrying a complex blend of damp earth, night-blooming jasmine, and the subtle, aromatic scent of distant evergreen trees, a profound contrast to the clean, metallic tang of the observatory. You walk slowly, your pace unhurried, allowing your eyes to adjust fully to the subtle, shifting light of the moon, drawn deeper into the quiet embrace of your sculpture garden. The pathway winds gently, bordered by low, meticulously trimmed hedges that release a faint, herbaceous scent as you brush past them. Each step is deliberate, a mindful connection to the earth beneath you, the soft crunch of the gravel, a rhythmic, soothing sound that harmonizes with the profound stillness of the night. The garden unfolds around you, a series of artfully arranged spaces, each revealing a new form, a new play of light and shadow. The moon's silvery glow transforms the familiar into the mysterious, giving each element a quiet, almost otherworldly presence. Ahead, a towering abstract sculpture, crafted from a dark, polished granite, rises majestically from the earth. Its smooth, cool surface catches the moonlight, reflecting it in a muted, ethereal gleam, its contours appearing softer, more fluid in the dim light. You approach it slowly, your gaze tracing the elegant, curving lines of its form, observing how the moonlight sculpts its surfaces, creating deep, velvety shadows that give it a profound sense of depth and mystery. You extend a hand, not quite touching, but hovering inches from its cool, still presence, feeling the subtle radiation of cold from the stone. The air around it feels particularly still, a pocket of profound calm. You walk around the sculpture, allowing the moonlight to reveal new angles, new perspectives. From one side, it might appear sharp and angular, a stark silhouette against the starry sky. From another, its curves might soften, blending into the surrounding darkness. The texture of the granite, though unseen, is palpable in your mind's eye, its inherent strength and permanence a grounding presence. The faint, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine, carried on a barely perceptible breeze, drifts past, mingling with the clean, cool air, a delicate counterpoint to the solid, ancient stone. The distant, continuous hum of the city, which had been a gentle murmur from the observatory, is now entirely absent, replaced by the profound, enveloping silence of the moonlit garden. A small, perfectly still pond, its surface a flawless mirror reflecting the luminous moon and the scattered stars, appears next. The water, dark and deep, shimmers faintly with the reflected light, creating a mesmerizing, hypnotic dance of tiny, ethereal gleams. You stand at its edge, observing the profound stillness, the perfect, unbroken reflection. The air here feels particularly cool, carrying the faint, clean scent of fresh water and damp earth. The cool, crisp air of the moonlit sculpture garden, carrying the delicate sense of damp earth and night-blooming jasmine, continues to envelop you. The towering, abstract forms of polished granite, softened by the ethereal glow of the moon, stand as silent sentinels, their surfaces reflecting the silvery light in muted gleams. Your footsteps, a soft, rhythmic crunch on the finely raked gravel path, have led you to the edge of the reflecting pool, its presence a profound, still point in the vast, open quiet of the night. You stand at the very edge of the pool, feeling the cool, smooth stone of its coping beneath your hand, its surface radiating a subtle chill. The water within is perfectly still, a flawless, dark mirror that captures and holds the entire night sky above. The luminous moon, a serene orb, appears duplicated in the depths, its silvery light shimmering with an almost liquid quality. Countless stars, each one a tiny, perfect diamond against the velvet blackness, are scattered across this watery canvas, creating an illusion of infinite depth, a cosmic expanse stretching both above and below. The air here feels particularly tranquil, imbued with the clean, cool scent of fresh water, a gentle counterpoint to the earthy fragrance of the garden. You lean slightly forward, allowing your gaze to deepen into the mirrored surface. The reflection is so perfect, so utterly still that it feels as if you could step into the sky itself, dissolving into the boundless star-filled darkness. The silence of the night is profound, broken only by the soft, almost imperceptible rustle of leaves from a distant tree, stirred by a barely there breeze, a gentle whisper that quickly fades into the pervasive hush. You might take a slow, deep breath, allowing the cool, clean air to fill your lungs, and exhale with a long, unhurried sigh, feeling completely present, utterly at peace in this moment of quiet observation. Then, with an exquisite, almost imperceptible subtlety, a tiny ripple begins to form on the surface of the reflecting pool. It starts as a single, delicate disturbance, a faint, concentric circle emanating from an unseen point, perhaps a tiny insect lightly touching the water, or a single, minute drop of dew falling from a leaf above. The ripple expands slowly, gracefully, its perfect circular form growing larger, pushing outwards across the mirrored surface. The reflected moon and stars, previously so sharp and distinct, begin to distort, stretching and blurring into elongated, ethereal streaks of light, a silent, ephemeral dance of cosmic dissolution. The first ripple is followed by another, perhaps slightly larger, slightly faster, creating an intricate, overlapping pattern of expanding circles. The sounds are barely audible, a faint, delicate whisper of water against water, a soft, almost silken sigh as the ripples glide across the surface. Each new ripple creates a subtle, mesmerizing distortion, transforming the perfect reflection into a dynamic, fluid tapestry of light and shadow. You watch, utterly captivated, as the shimmering stars elongate, then contract, then stretch again, their forms constantly shifting, constantly reforming, a silent, hypnotic ballet of light and movement. The cool, clean scent of the water seems to intensify with each delicate ripple, a subtle, refreshing presence. You remain perfectly still, your gaze fixed on the mesmerizing patterns unfolding before you. The rhythmic expansion and contraction of the ripples, their silent, graceful movement, seems to synchronize with your own breathing, deepening its pace, slowing its rhythm. The profound quietness of the night, punctuated only by the soft, almost imperceptible whisper of the water, creates an enveloping sense of calm. The cool air, the clean scent, and the hypnotic visual display all merge into a singular, deeply relaxing experience. The profound quietness of the moonlit sculpture garden, where silent ripples had danced across the reflecting pool, slowly recedes as you step through a familiar, unassuming doorway. The cool, crisp night air, carrying the delicate scents of damp earth and night-blooming jasmine, now yields to a distinct, enveloping warmth. Your feet, which had felt the cool, firm gravel of the garden path, now find the smooth, cool surface of polished marble, a grounding transition into the interior of your home. The distant, continuous murmur of the city, a low, diffused hum, is entirely absent here, replaced by a deep, comforting stillness. You move with an unhurried grace along a quiet corridor, the soft, diffused light from recessed fixtures casting a gentle glow on the walls. The air, previously cool and fresh, now carries a subtle, inviting fragrance that begins to awaken your senses with a promise of comfort. Your path leads you towards the heart of the home, a space known for its warmth and quiet activity, your bespoke kitchen. A heavy, solid wood door, perhaps a rich, deep oak, stands partially ajar, inviting you inward. You reach out, your hand gently pushing the door further open, feeling the smooth, cool grain of the timber. It swings inward with a soft, almost imperceptible sigh of well-oiled hinges, revealing an interior bathed in a warm, even light. Stepping across the low threshold, you are immediately enveloped by an unmistakable, deeply comforting aroma. The rich, sweet, and subtly tangy scent of yeast, actively fermenting, rising in the warm, humid air. It is a fragrance that speaks of life, of nourishment, of ancient traditions, a profound contrast to the cool, earthy scents of the garden, or the clean, metallic tang of the observatory. The air inside the kitchen is noticeably warmer, a gentle, pervasive heat that feels like a soft, welcoming embrace against your skin. The light, bright yet diffused, emanates from strategically placed task lighting and perhaps a large, north-facing window, ensuring a clear, even illumination that is perfect for culinary precision. Your footsteps are soft, almost silent, on the smooth, wide planked wooden floor, each movement a gentle glide. Your gaze is drawn to a large, ceramic bowl resting on a polished marble countertop. A clean, fine linen cloth, a natural, unbleached shade, drapes gently over the bowl, creating a small, warm, dark environment for the dough within. You approach the counter slowly, feeling the cool, smooth surface of the marble beneath your fingertips as you rest your hand near the bowl. The subtle warmth emanating from the bowl itself is palpable, a quiet testament to the active fermentation taking place. The rich, sweet scent of the yeast, previously a general presence in the air, intensifies here, becoming more concentrated, more inviting, hinting at the promise of freshly baked bread. You gently lift a corner of the linen cloth, careful not to disturb the delicate process within. A soft, almost imperceptible whisper of fabric against ceramic is the only sound, quickly absorbed by the quiet hum of the room. As the cloth is lifted, a wave of warm, yeasty aroma rises to meet you, deeper, richer, more complex than before. You peer into the bowl, observing the surface of the dough. It has risen beautifully, a soft, pale, almost ethereal mound, its surface plump and gently rounded, dotted with tiny, delicate bubbles that gleam faintly in the diffused light. You might notice the subtle, almost imperceptible movement of the dough, a slow, gentle expansion that speaks of its living, breathing nature. You allow the linen cloth to settle back over the bowl with the same gentle care, a soft, hushed rustle that quickly fades. The subtle warmth, the rich, comforting scent of yeast, and the profound quietness of the kitchen all merge into a singular, deeply calming experience. The profound quietness of your bespoke kitchen, imbued with the rich, sweet aroma of actively fermenting yeast, continues to envelop you. The pale, plump mound of dough, nestled in its ceramic bowl beneath the linen cloth, pulses with a subtle, living energy, a quiet promise of transformation. The air remains gently warm, a comforting embrace that feels soft against your skin, a perfect environment for the delicate alchemy of baking. Your gaze rests on the bowl, observing the gentle sheen on the dough's surface, the tiny, delicate bubbles that hint at its inner work. With unhurried grace, you reach for the linen cloth, carefully lifting it completely from the bowl. The soft, dry rustle of the fabric is barely audible, a gentle sigh that quickly fades into the pervasive quiet of the kitchen. A deeper, richer wave of yeasty aroma rises, more concentrated and complex now, a warm, inviting fragrance that fills your senses with its sweet, earthy notes. You set the cloth aside, then reach for a small, elegant ceramic canister, its surface cool and smooth beneath your fingertips. With a soft, almost imperceptible click, you lift its wooden lid, revealing a cloud of fine, white flour within, its dry, clean scent a delicate counterpoint to the deeper yeast aroma. You sprinkle a small, precise amount of the fine flour onto the cool, polished marble countertop, creating a soft, even dusting. The flour falls with an almost ethereal lightness, a quiet whisper of dry powder settling onto the smooth, hard surface. You then reach into the bowl, your hands gently cupping the risen dough. It feels impossibly soft, light, almost airy, yet with a subtle, yielding stickiness that clings delicately to your fingertips. With careful, deliberate movements, you lift the entire mass from the bowl, feeling its surprising weight, its warm, living presence in your hands. The soft, gentle peel of the dough from the ceramic creates a subtle, low suction sound, a quiet, satisfying release. You place the dough gently onto the floured marble surface. It spreads slightly, a pale, soft mound, its surface still dotted with tiny, glistening bubbles. The cool touch of the marble immediately grounds the dough, providing a stable foundation for the work to come. You dust your hands lightly with flour from the canister, feeling the dry, silken powder coat your skin, preparing them for the intimate interaction with the living mass. The faint, dry whisper of the flour as you rub your hands together is a delicate, almost ritualistic sound, a prelude to the rhythmic kneading. With a slow, considered motion, you begin the gentle kneading. Your palms press down into the dough, pushing forward, then folding it back over itself. The initial resistance is soft, yielding, the dough feeling pliable and warm beneath your hands. As you push and fold, the dough stretches with a soft, almost elastic sigh, a quiet, satisfying squish that resonates gently in the still kitchen. Each push and fold is a deliberate, rhythmic action, a mindful dance between your hands and the living dough. You feel the subtle stickiness slowly begin to diminish, replaced by a growing elasticity, a sense of strength developing within the mass. The rich, sweet scent of yeast and flour intensifies with each movement, becoming more pervasive, more comforting. You continue this rhythmic process, your movements becoming more fluid, more instinctive. The dough transforms beneath your hands, becoming smoother, more resilient, gaining a beautiful, supple texture. The soft thud of the dough against the marble, the gentle stretch and release, create a hypnotic, repetitive soundscape that fills the quiet kitchen. You might turn the dough slightly with each set of pushes and folds, ensuring an even development of its gluten, feeling its surface become almost silken to the touch. The profound quietness of your bespoke kitchen, imbued with the rich, sweet aroma of actively fermenting yeast, slowly begins to recede as you gently close the heavy, solid wood door behind you. The subtle warmth that had enveloped you while kneading the dough now yields to the cooler, drier air of the main corridor. Your feet, which had felt the smooth, wide-planked wooden floor of the kitchen, now find the cool, polished expanse of marble beneath them, a distinct textural shift that signals a transition. Each step you take, unhurried and deliberate, creates a soft, rhythmic padding that resonates gently in the tranquil stillness of the hallway, a sound quickly absorbed by the thick, ornate rugs laid along its length. The soft, diffused light of the evening, which had illuminated your culinary space, now casts long, peaceful shadows through tall, arched windows, hinting at the deepening night outside. You move with a quiet grace, drawn by a subtle, pervasive warmth that emanates from a particular section of the corridor. Ahead, a heavy, unadorned door, crafted from solid, dark timber, perhaps a deep, rich walnut, stands silently. Its surface appears smooth and cool, almost austere in the soft light. You reach out your hand, your fingertips making contact with the cool, polished brass of the handle. It feels substantial, solid, exquisitely crafted. With a slow, deliberate twist, you turn the handle, feeling the subtle resistance of the mechanism, and then gently push the door inward. It swings open with a soft, resonant creak, a quiet sigh of aged wood and perfectly oiled hinges, revealing an interior bathed in a soft, ethereal mist. Stepping across the low threshold, you are immediately enveloped by a profound, pervasive warmth and thick, humid air, carrying a clean, mineral scent that is both invigorating and deeply soothing. It is a fragrance of heated stone and pure, distilled water, a complete departure from the earthy aromas of the garden or the yeasty notes of the kitchen. The light within the hammam is soft, diffused, emanating from concealed sources behind translucent panels, casting a gentle, amber glow that softens every edge, every contour of the room. Your bare feet find the smooth, pale marble floor, which radiates a comforting, pervasive heat that penetrates deep into your soles, spreading a wave of profound relaxation upwards through your entire body. The walls, also crafted from the same exquisite polished marble, gleam softly in the diffused light, their subtle veining appearing like intricate natural artworks, shifting and flowing in the gentle steam. Tiny droplets of condensation cling to their surfaces, glistening momentarily before slowly, gracefully coalescing and running downwards in delicate, almost invisible rivulets, a silent, continuous cleansing. The sound of dripping water is faint, a rhythmic, almost meditative stop plink 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 from an unseen source, perhaps a small, concealed fountain or a natural condensation point, echoing softly, gently, in the enclosed, humid space. This delicate, repetitive sound becomes a quiet mantra, inviting your mind to settle further. A low, wide bench, seamlessly carved from the same warm marble, extends along one side of the hammam, inviting quiet repose. Its surface appears impeccably smooth, its curves ergonomically designed for comfort. You notice the subtle variations in the marble's pattern, intricate streaks of gray and white, like ancient rivers flowing through stone, appearing even more pronounced in the soft, steamy light. The air feels cleansing, humid, almost restorative, carrying a faint, clean scent of heated stone and pure, distilled water. You move with unhurried grace towards the bench, your bare feet making soft, almost silent contact with the warm marble floor, each step a deliberate connection to the profound warmth that permeates the space. As you settle deeper onto the smooth, warm marble bench within the private hammam, its consistent, comforting heat radiating upwards through your muscles. The subtle, ethereal mist that had greeted you upon entering begins to intensify. The gentle, rhythmic key, a plink 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 of water dripping from an unseen source continues, a delicate, hypnotic counterpoint to the profound quietness of the space. The soft, diffused amber light, filtered through translucent panels, softens every contour of the room, painting the polished marble walls in hues of warm gold and muted cream, their subtle veining appearing even more fluid in the swirling vapor. Your bare skin, already warmed by the stone, now feels the pervasive, almost tangible warmth of the aromatic steam wrap around it, a delicate, humid embrace that feels like a soft, living veil. A new, subtle fragrance begins to unfurl in the air, weaving itself seamlessly with the clean, mineral scent of heated stone and pure, distilled water. It is an aromatic essence, Perhaps a whisper of invigorating eucalyptus, or a delicate, calming hint of rose and chamomile, carefully infused into the steam. This fragrance is not overwhelming, but a gentle, consistent presence that fills your lungs with each slow, deep breath you take. You feel the steam, thick and warm, permeate your skin, sensing your pores slowly, gently opening, releasing any lingering tension or impurities. It is a profound, internal cleansing, a quiet ritual of release that begins deep within your body, radiating outwards. You lean back further against the warm marble, allowing your head to rest gently, feeling the steam caress your face and neck. The warmth penetrates deeper, reaching into the very core of your muscles, coaxing them to soften, to relax completely. You might feel a subtle tingling sensation on your skin, a delicate awakening of nerve endings as the humidity works its quiet magic. The air around you feels dense, yet incredibly clean, each breath pure and restorative. The rhythmic dripping of water, previously a distinct sound, now blends into a continuous, soft murmur, a gentle, liquid whisper that surrounds you, becoming almost indistinguishable from the profound stillness of the hammam. Your eyes, which had been softly observing the swirling mist, now close effortlessly, drawn inward by the sheer depth of the relaxation. The visual world recedes completely, leaving only the rich tapestry of sensation. You are aware of the steady, comforting heat of the marble beneath you, a grounding anchor in the enveloping steam. The aromatic essence, now a constant presence, fills your nostrils with each slow inhale, a soothing, calming balm for your senses. You might feel a delicate bead of condensation form on your brow, slowly, gracefully tracing a cool, minute path down your temple. A fleeting, almost imperceptible touch that enhances the feeling of profound cleansing. The sensation of the steam on your skin becomes a continuous, unbroken flow of warmth and humidity, a gentle, persistent caress that seems to melt away the boundaries between your body and the air around you. You are aware of the subtle, almost imperceptible changes in the steam's density, how it swirls and shifts, creating tiny, unseen currents that dance around you. Each slow, deliberate exhale feels longer, deeper, releasing more completely into the warm, humid embrace. The rhythmic plink-plink of the water, though barely heard, continues its steady, unhurried pulse, a gentle metronome for your deepening state of peace. You feel a profound sense of weightlessness, a quiet dissolution of any remaining tension. The muscles in your shoulders, your back, your legs, all soften, yielding completely to the pervasive warmth. The aromatic steam, with its cleansing properties, seems to purify not just your skin, but your very being, leaving you feeling light, refreshed, utterly at peace. The pervasive warmth and aromatic steam of the private hammam, which had enveloped you in its cleansing embrace, slowly begin to recede as you step through the heavy, dark timber door. The thick, humid air now yields to a drier, cooler atmosphere, a gentle contrast that feels refreshing against your skin. Your bare feet, which had felt the smooth, warm marble of the hammam, now find the cool, polished expanse of a deep, lustrous wooden floor. A distinct textural shift that signals a return to a more intimate, comforting space. The rhythmic blink-plink-plink of dripping water is replaced by a profound, enveloping stillness, broken only by the soft, rhythmic padding of your steps on a thick, hand-knotted rug. You move with an unhurried grace along a quiet corridor, the soft, diffused light from concealed fixtures casting a warm, inviting glow on the paneled walls. The air, previously infused with aromatic steam, now carries a subtle, comforting fragrance. The dry, woody scent of aged timber, mingled with a faint, clean aroma of beeswax and old leather, a fragrance that speaks of quiet contemplation and enduring comfort. Your path leads you towards a particular room, a sanctuary known for its profound quiet and enveloping warmth, your private study. A heavy, solid oak door, its surface smooth and cool, stands partially ajar, inviting you inward. You reach out, your hand gently pushing the door further open, feeling the familiar, rich grain of the timber. It swings inward with a soft, resonant sigh of perfectly balanced hinges, revealing an interior bathed in a soft, flickering glow. Stepping across the low threshold, you are immediately enveloped by a profound, pervasive warmth that emanates from the heart of the room, a grand stone fireplace where a quiet fire burns. The light within the study is soft, intimate, cast by the dancing flames and a few strategically placed, low-wattage lamps with amber shades. Long, shifting shadows play across the towering bookshelves, their dark, polished wood rising towards the high, coffered ceiling, creating an atmosphere of deep, comforting contemplation. The air here is noticeably warmer, imbued with the distinct, sweet, and subtly smoky scent of burning oak logs, a fragrance that is both ancient and deeply grounding, a profound contrast to the clean, mineral tang of the hammam. Your footsteps are soft, almost silent, on the thick, plush wool rug, each movement a gentle glide. Your gaze is drawn immediately to the fireplace, its hearth crafted from rough-hewn ancient stone, its surface radiating a steady, comforting heat. Within its depths, several logs of oak burn with a quiet, persistent intensity. The flames dance and flicker with a mesmerizing, hypnotic rhythm, painting the interior of the firebox in hues of orange, red, and deep, glowing amber. You approach the hearth slowly, feeling the increasing warmth against your skin, a comforting embrace that penetrates deep into your bones, melting away any lingering coolness or tension. The light from the fire casts a soft, almost ethereal glow on your face, highlighting the subtle play of shadows. As you settle into a deep, leather-upholstered armchair positioned perfectly before the fireplace, the luxurious softness of the aged leather yields gently beneath your weight, a deep, embracing comfort. The leather, cool and supple at first touch, slowly warms, molding to your form, its subtle, earthy aroma mingling with the sweet, smoky scent of the burning wood. You close your eyes for a brief moment, breathing in the rich, complex fragrance of the oak fire, allowing it to fill your lungs and settle deep within you. The profound quietness of the study, previously a gentle hum, is now punctuated by a delicate, almost musical sound, the soft, continuous crackle of the burning logs. Each tiny crackle and pop asterisk from the fire is distinct, clear, yet never jarring, a rhythmic, soothing sound that resonates gently in the still air. The profound quietness of your study, a gentle embrace after the cleansing steam of the hammam, continues to envelop you. The soft, captivating crackle of logs in the grand stone fireplace remains a delicate, rhythmic presence, each tiny crackle and pop a soothing punctuation in the stillness. The air, warm and dry, is rich with the sweet, smoky scent of burning oak, a comforting fragrance that deepens your sense of peace. You rest in the deep, leather-upholstered armchair, feeling its luxurious softness yield gently beneath your weight, the aged leather molding to your form, its subtle, earthy aroma mingling with the wood smoke. Your gaze is drawn to the mesmerizing dance of the flames, their soft, flickering light painting the room in hues of amber and gold, casting long, peaceful shadows across the towering bookshelves. You shift slightly, a small, almost imperceptible adjustment in the deep comfort of the armchair, and reach for a small, elegant, leather-bound journal that rests on a polished mahogany side table beside you. The leather of the journal feels cool and smooth beneath your fingertips, its texture supple and familiar. A faint, clean scent of fine paper and aged leather rises from its pages, a subtle, intellectual aroma that complements the deeper, warmer sense of the fire. You open the journal with a soft, dry rustle of paper, revealing its thick, creamy pages, each one pristine and waiting. You pick up a finely crafted fountain pen, its body a cool, dark resin, perfectly balanced in your hand. The subtle weight of the pen feels substantial, reassuring. You twist its cap with a soft, almost inaudible click, revealing the gleaming gold nib, its tip poised and ready. A small, elegant inkwell, crafted from dark, heavy glass, sits on the table, its surface reflecting the firelight in 1,000 tiny, shimmering points. You dip the nib into the rich, dark ink, feeling the subtle resistance as it draws up the liquid, a soft, almost imperceptible whisper of friction. The ink, a deep, velvety black, clings to the nib, a glistening droplet ready to transform thoughts into tangible form. With a slow, deliberate motion, you bring the pen to the thick, creamy paper of the journal. Your hand hovers for a moment, then begins to write. The nib touches the paper with an exquisite, almost imperceptible softness, and as it moves, a smooth, continuous glide, a faint, delicate asterisk, SHHHHK asterisk sound emerges. This sound is incredibly subtle, a gentle, whispery friction of gold against paper, almost like the softest brush of silk, yet perfectly clear in the profound quiet of the study. Each stroke of the pen, each gentle curve and line of the script, produces this same soft, rhythmic whisper, a gentle, repetitive sound that is deeply calming, almost hypnotic. You feel the subtle texture of the thick paper beneath the nib, its finely laid fibers offering just the right amount of resistance, allowing the ink to flow smoothly, evenly, without bleed. The ink, a deep, permanent black, appears rich and lustrous on the creamy surface, drying almost instantly, leaving behind a crisp, elegant line. Your gaze follows the words as they form, a silent stream of quiet reflections, capturing the day's gentle moments, the lingering sensations, the profound sense of peace. The rhythmic glide of the pen, the soft whisper of ink on paper, and the delicate crackle of the fire all blend into a harmonious symphony of quietude, an enveloping soundscape that deepens your sense of calm. You pause for a long moment, allowing the flow of your thoughts to settle, the pen resting lightly on the page. The rich, sweet scent of the oak fire, mingled with the clean aroma of the paper and ink, continues to fill the air, a constant, grounding presence. The profound quietness of the study, punctuated only by the gentle sounds of the fire and the subtle whispers of your writing, creates an enveloping sense of serenity. The soft, rhythmic whisper of your pen gliding across the thick paper of the journal, a delicate asterisk, SHHHHK asterisk sound, slowly draws to a gentle close. The profound quietness of your study, punctuated by the mesmerizing crackle of logs in the grand stone fireplace, continues to envelop you. The air, warm and dry, is rich with the sweet, smoky scent of burning oak, a comforting fragrance that deepens your sense of peace. You linger for a moment, your hand resting lightly on the page, allowing the ink, a deep, velvety black, to fully dry on the creamy surface. The words, your quiet reflections, now lie perfectly still, captured in elegant script. With an unhurried grace, you lift the fountain pen from the page, feeling its cool, balanced weight in your hand. You replace its cap with a soft, almost inaudible click, the sound precise and contained. Then, with the same deliberate care, you close the leather-bound journal. The soft, dry rustle of the thick paper as the covers meet is a delicate, satisfying sigh, a final punctuation to your quiet contemplation. You place the journal gently back onto the polished mahogany side table beside you, its cool leather making soft, almost imperceptible contact with the smooth, dark wood. The rich scent of old paper and leather, previously so prominent, now begins to subtly recede, blending into the pervasive aroma of wood smoke and beeswax. You rise slowly from the deep, leather-upholstered armchair, feeling the luxurious softness of the aged leather yield with a gentle, drawn-out sigh beneath your weight. Your body feels light, deeply relaxed, imbued with the warmth of the fire and the calm of your reflections. Your footsteps, now muffled by the thick plush wool rug, are almost silent as you move towards the study door. You glance back at the fireplace, observing the logs, now glowing with a softer, more subdued intensity, their crackle becoming fainter, more intermittent, a gentle farewell to the active fire. The long, dancing shadows on the walls seem to stretch and soften, preparing for the deeper quiet of the night. You reach the heavy, solid oak door of the study. Your hand finds the smooth, cool brass handle, and with a soft, deliberate motion, you turn it, feeling the subtle resistance of the mechanism. You pull the door gently closed behind you. The sound is a low, resonant thud, a quiet, reassuring finality that seals away the lingering scents and sounds of the study, leaving them as a warm memory. The corridor beyond is cooler, quieter still, illuminated by the soft, diffused glow of recessed lights that cast long, peaceful shadows down its length. Your bare feet find the cool, polished marble of the floor, a familiar, grounding sensation as you move with unhurried grace towards your bedchamber. The heavy, dark timber door of your bedchamber stands slightly ajar, inviting you inward. You push it open with a soft, almost imperceptible whisper of wood against its frame. Stepping across the low threshold, you are immediately enveloped by an atmosphere of profound tranquility and delicate freshness. The air here is noticeably cooler than the corridor, a clean, crisp sensation that feels invigorating against your skin, carrying a subtle, pure scent of freshly laundered linen and, perhaps, a faint, distant whisper of night-blooming jasmine from the garden below. The light within the bedchamber is soft, ambient, emanating from low-set lamps with warm amber shades, casting a gentle, welcoming glow that softens every edge of the exquisitely appointed room. Your gaze drifts towards the bed, a grand, inviting presence in the center of the room. The crisp, white linen duvet, perfectly smoothed, lies unblemished, promising profound comfort. You approach the bed slowly, your bare feet making soft, almost silent contact with the plush, deep pile of the carpet that covers the floor, each step yielding gently beneath your weight. You reach out, your hands gently grasping the edge of the duvet. The final whisper of your pen across the journal page has faded, The study fire now a distant memory. Your bedchamber, bathed in a soft amber light, welcomes you with profound quiet. The crisp, cool linen sheets, meticulously turned down, await your presence, a gentle promise of deep, restorative rest. You move slowly towards the bed, your bare feet making soft, almost imperceptible contact with the plush, deep pile of the carpet. Each step yields gently beneath your weight, the profound quiet absorbing any sound. You reach the substantial frame of the bed, its dark wood appearing almost black in the subdued light. With unhurried grace, you sit on the edge, feeling the soft give of the mattress beneath you, its quiet resilience. The cool, smooth linen of the bottom sheet brushes against your bare legs, a refreshing sensation that slowly, gently settles into a deep comfort. You pause for a long moment, simply sitting, allowing your body to acclimate to the profound stillness, the cool, clean air that circulates gently around you. With a continuous, unhurried motion, you slowly recline, allowing your back to meet the soft, yielding embrace of the pillows. They have been gently plumped, their downy interior sighing softly as they conform perfectly to the curve of your head and neck, offering precisely the right amount of support. The cool, crisp linen of the pillowcases feels incredibly smooth against your cheek, a refreshing contrast to the warmth of your skin. You shift slightly, a minute, almost imperceptible adjustment, allowing your body to find its perfect alignment, sinking deeper into the plush, yet firm, mattress. The subtle pressure points of your body, where it meets the bed, begin to soften, to dissolve, as the mattress cradles you completely. The air, cool and still, wraps around you like a delicate, invisible blanket, enhancing the sensation of profound quiet. Your hands, moving with an instinctive, unhurried grace, reach for the edge of the crisp, cool linen duvet. The fabric feels substantial, yet incredibly light, its smooth, fine threads a testament to its luxurious quality. With a slow, deliberate motion, you draw the duvet upwards, allowing it to glide effortlessly over your body. The sound is a soft, continuous whisper, a delicate rustle of crisp linen against linen, a quiet, almost silken sigh that fills the immediate space around you, then quickly fades into the pervasive silence of the bedchamber. The duvet settles gently over you, its cool, smooth surface making contact with your skin, a profound embrace that feels both comforting and refreshing. You feel its perfect weight, a light, even pressure that anchors you, yet never feels restrictive. The delicate scent of fresh linen, now intensified by the close proximity, becomes a constant, soothing presence, a pure, clean aroma that invites deeper relaxation. You close your eyes, allowing the visual world to recede completely, focusing entirely on the intricate tapestry of tactile sensations. The cool, smooth linen against your skin is paramount, a pervasive, refreshing touch that soothes every nerve. You feel the fine, almost imperceptible texture of the weave, its crispness, its undeniable quality. Beneath the duvet, the smooth sheets cradle your body, their coolness a continuous, gentle caress. The soft, yielding plumpness of the pillows supports your head with exquisite comfort, allowing your neck muscles to release all tension. The mattress beneath you remains a firm yet yielding foundation, perfectly conforming to your form, supporting every curve, every subtle contour of your body. The profound silence of the bedchamber is absolute, a vast, enveloping quiet that seems to absorb every potential sound, every distant murmur, There is no external noise, only the delicate, almost imperceptible sounds of your own body. You might become aware of the soft, rhythmic whoosh of your own breath, a gentle, steady inhale, and a long, unhurried exhale.